All right, welcome to another episode of the Jumping the Rail podcast here on the JTR Podcast Network. This is Mark Redmond coming to you from the Noodles position in Champaign, Illinois, joined as always by my buddy Minderz. And you can say what you want. I got some pretty good distance on that headset.
You got some damn good. Every time I watch that, I cry. Do you watch me? I'm like
I see you in the little window there, just
having a heyday.
having a
And
heyday.
then you look like such a baby when we were talking to Justin.
Oh
Because you
yeah,
didn't have your beard.
oh yeah, because damn CMC cut my beard off.
It was great.
Yeah.
So who do I get to blame for the "Who Are You" segment this week?
Okay, so actually we're doing it. It's my fault,
It's
but
your fault. Okay.
I'm going to preface by saying you're going to know who it is, but
Okay.
you're going to have to guess who is who in the picture.
Oh, damn it. Okay.
So it's a little different, but we can't do it without throwing up our bumper here. So
Well, yeah, I
let's
know. I didn't know if you want to talk about something else before we did that. I was just
no, we're good. So
okay.
here we go. All right, here we go. All right, it is time for Name That Wrestler. Minderz, we know how this works. Like I said, the picture itself is pretty easy as
Okay.
far as guessing who's in the picture. But like I said, you're going to have to guess who's who in the picture.
Okay.
So I'm going to throw this up here.
All right. Oh, okay. So, hold on. Okay, bottom's Roman.
They look like a Samoan boy band.
If they do, it's kind of funny. Right? Bottom is Roman.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then I think it is okay, that's Solo with the braids. It's the twins that I've got to figure out.
Mm-hmm. That's the tricky part.
I think it's Jay, then Jimmy.
So Jay on the left, Jimmy in the middle.
Yes. Yes! I'm so proud of myself.
Well done, Minderz. Like I said, I didn't think it was going to be too hard, but the twins was what I
It's
was
the
waiting on you to
twins.
trip over.
Yeah, it's the twins. But I've noticed Jay has a fuller jaw than Jimmy does. Jimmy's
Plus,
a
Jimmy's
little
a little
more.
bigger.
Well, I don't know what it is, but Jay's just got a fuller jaw, so his face is a little fuller, and then Jimmy has the more oval shaped face. That's what I'm going for. Where Jay's more square.
Right.
I got it.
All right. Good job,
That's
Minderz.
probably the fastest I've ever got it, though.
Yeah, but you still took your time, though. So
I did. I wanted to make sure I was right. Well, I knew the bottom was Roman, and I knew the
well,
braids was
yeah,
Philip, but it is what it is.
yeah. The big guy and the little guy are easy.
Yeah, those two are simple. Two that look exactly the same.
Yes.
That's a
All
problem.
right. Yeah. So we got a fun one today, Minderz. We're talking about we got our Hoots and Judies coming up. We got to talk about Halloween Havoc this weekend. We got a brand new segment we're going to be busting out after a little while. We're looking forward to that.
I'm so proud of myself. I came up with the concept for this idea.
Yeah, you came up with the concept. Barry came up with the name,
Yep.
and then we all kind of fleshed out the premise and all that stuff. So,
Hey,
we'll
but
be doing that later on.
can we have Mindy's useless moment or useless wrestling knowledge of the day?
I think we should.
Because yesterday was a big day. I don't know how many years had it been?
33.
33 years. 33 years since Jake the Snake Roberts made me cry with this little situation right here where the Cobra bit Macho Man. And of course, I use my sign picture.
Yes.
But yeah.
Yeah. Then they threw that inconsequential red X up on the screen there to hide it, and Didn't hide anything.
It didn't hide anything. Not at first they didn't. You got to see it if you watched it live.
Oh yeah,
But
I think it
now they
was
have
gnawing
better
away on old Macho. Oh my goodness! All right, well, Minderz, let's get to our hoots and judies here because we have kind of. I know you went with Cahoots. I almost went with Cahoots, but I just went with the one.
You
But
can't tell me that my Cahoots though isn't. It's a good Cahoots.
oh no, you picked Fantastic Hoots, which sounds horrible out of context. Shame
Who's
I hate
going first this week?
it. Why don't I go first because you
Okay,
have two.
I have two.
So all right, so over the weekend, well, we went to a show on Saturday, but yesterday I watched 6 hours of Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling on the Triller TV on my day off, and I thought it was very good. I would say that, and Bully Ray kind of said this, so he was on the show, but he said that the production quality was higher than when D'Amore was running Impact,
Mm-hmm.
and we'll get it more into the show a little bit later on. But
Yeah,
a
I
lot
didn't
of
get a chance to watch it, so you're gonna fill me in.
it's some good stuff there. But my good hoot, I'm going to give it to Scott D'Amore for running the double shot this weekend, and yeah, they had Mauro Ronaldo was back on commentary for the first time in 4 years. They said, uh, calling with Don Callis. Bully Ray was on. Takeshita main evented both nights. It was a really good couple shows. So hopefully we see more out of MLP going forward.
I hope so.
Yes,
I'm gonna have to actually get on Triller and see if I can find it.
yeah, it's on there. I think it's like $20 for each show or 30 for a bundle.
Gotcha.
Uh, all right. Well, Minderz, let's go with your hoots.
Well, like Reb said, we went to a show this past weekend. We went to 01.
18th.
What was the name of it? Oh yeah, special anniversary, 18th anniversary show. I'll tell you what, they had some good matches, but in my opinion, the top match of the night. Not that the main event wasn't a great match, because it was good too, but you know me and I don't like all the extras.
Right.
The best wrestling match of the night, or my Cahoots, which is Mad Dog Conley and the Elite Warrior DeCobra. Because I'll tell you what, those two, oh man, it was so good. So it was everything we'd hoped for. I seriously thought DeCobra was going to take it from Conley.
Yeah. And the deeper into the match they went, the harder they were hitting each other.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it was just
no.
It was just it was very good. Very good. So good.
Yeah. It may get reflected as such come shooty time in a few weeks.
It very well could. But yet that match, when that one drops on Patreon, or if they happen to put it up on YouTube, we need to put that up, because we were all, yep, this is the match. Holy cow, AJ and I agreed. That's amazing.
No, I agree. And I made a point to tell Cobra as much afterwards, because they made it back out to the gimmick tables like during the intermission, because that was the match before intermission.
Yeah.
And I think we all needed an intermission after that one. It was.
I know you, me, and Stacy were all spent after that, like just energy-wise spent.
I made a point to get up and stretch my legs because I knew that there was a chance that I would have to flee anyway with those two.
Well, you know what? We could have stayed there though.
Because they stayed.
They kept it pretty well in the ring.
Yeah.
There were a couple times that it was out of the ring, but
right.
Most of the time it was in the ring.
Yeah. We got during the main events when we got cornered.
Yeah, we did get cornered. We'll
using Cobra's kid as a shield. Shame on you.
I did not use him as a shield. He used me as a shield for a minute. But yeah, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about all that tomorrow on the shootout.
Yes, we will do that. All right. Well, Minderz, let's get to our Judies. good Judy of the week, and I will go first again. I'm going to technically to SmackDown, but she's been on every show the last couple weeks, doing things here and there. I'm going with Lash Legend.
She was
The
so
match with
fun
Piper
last
Niven
night.
last Friday was marvelous.
Doesn't surprise me. Piper's one of those that she can make them look good.
And when the match started, the first thing I thought was, I hope Lash body slams her, and sure enough, she sure did, and
But she
got her
had
pretty
to.
easily.
I mean, she had to.
Yeah,
But
she's kind of in that Bianca Jade category as far as like the style goes,
and strength wise.
with strength wise, yeah. And now she and Jakara Jackson. I always get her name messed up a little bit. They got Damage Control tonight on NXT. Yep, we both got AJ's picks already. So, but yeah, I think she's ready to come up to the main roster at some point.
I think that tag team is ready.
Yeah, well, they were
ready.
getting good heat last night.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. But
yeah, all right, Minderz, your Judy, please.
Well, my Judy is more. It's not so. It's not
a sad
wrestler.
Judy.
It's a sad Judy, but I feel like she needs her flowers, and that's the one Samantha Irvin. I said it. I missed her last night so bad.
Yeah, I mean, we got Lillian back, but you could tell Lillian was either rusty or nervous.
I think it was nervous because her voice cracked a lot.
Yeah. I worry she was trying too hard to be Samantha. She was trying to add some of the bells. She needs to just be Lillian. Just do
be
her.
Lillian.
Because we love Lillian.
Samantha, though, wherever she goes, whatever she does, I wish her nothing but the best.
Well, everybody's speculating because that's what we wrestling fans do, and they're saying. So everybody's assuming AEW. Ricochet's gone on the record saying she's not coming to AEW.
I can't see her taking the Dapper Yapper's place right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where do you put her? Do you put her on Rampage or Collision?
Well, Rampage might only exist until the end of the year, so what's the point of that?
But something I read earlier is apparently she's wanting to pursue the music thing for a while.
And I hope so, because she has a great voice. She really does.
Sorry.
Number one contenders match.
Number one containers match. My money's on the Tupperware.
Purex over here.
Okay.
Pyrex.
Hey, I'm not going to criticize anybody for saying something wrong on live television, because I do it plenty on live podcasts.
Right? Oh, I do it all the time. I'm so used to doing it. It's
you just said Irwin.
Exactly, and it's Irvin. And I just said, what did I just say? Purex, and it's Pyrex. So Pyrex. Yeah, I'm really on the ball tonight. We're gonna have a lot of fun.
What's in that game?
It's a Diet Coke. That's what that is. That's a Diet Coke. It's a Diet Coke.
All right, fair enough. All right, well, where there's a hoot and a Judy, we got to have our stooge of the week, Minderz. And until about 1:30 this afternoon, I didn't have one.
I'm still hot about this. I'm so hot about this.
By 2:00 p.m., we had 3 viable choices for stooge of the week.
Sure did.
So we had to go with the one that was the most head-scratching of all of them, because, Hogan, you expect what Hogan said out of Hogan. Carlito, we'll talk about Carlito here in a bit, but I think he was just trying to be funny and he didn't read the room.
Yep.
But the guy that we picked for Stooge of the Week, Minderz, oh boy, did he really put his platform shoe in his mouth. Because our Stooge of the Week is none other than the Disco Inferno. And I'm not entirely sure he doesn't still dress like this.
I think he still does. He probably.
I don't know if he still has the hair. But Sportskeeda put out an article because apparently he went on record saying something to the effect of I forget how he worded it, but basically he was saying, "Oh wait, do you have it?"
Hold on, I think AJ gave it to me verbatim.
Okay, please, if you have it, read it, because I don't want to misquote it and make a fool of myself.
Hold on, I got to find it, because Yeah, please. I hate that music. All right, I got it. Okay, so
trying to abolish dead air on the podcast.
We're trying because I listened back to it this past weekend and we need to get rid of dead air.
A little bit.
So women having driver's licenses is the worst DEI experiment in history. It's the actual quote. Thank you, AJ, for making sure we had that. Reb? I was hot. Oh, I was hot. I was so mad. All I can say is for a long time, I was the one that drove us to all of the shows. That was what I did. I was the navigator.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that he said that makes me want to A, punch him in the face, and B, ask him, do you feel that same? Is he married? Does he have a wife?
I don't know.
All right, here we go with our fact checking right now. Because if he's married, I why did this come up? I have Disco Inferno by the Tramp.
Wikipedia can't be sold?
Huh?
Does it say Wikipedia still can't be sold?
Oh, I don't know.
That's what came up on mine. It says donate now.
Oh, nope. Let's see. I'm looking. I don't think he's married, which would explain a lot.
Since 2009, Gilberti started working as a host at the Sapphire Gentlemen's Club, a strip club in Las Vegas. It says nothing about being married.
Yeah, it says nothing about being married. It's probably a good thing because I'm not sure he'd still have a wife, honestly.
I wonder how the girls at Sapphire's Gentlemen's Club feel about this.
Well, I hope they all beat his ass, but that is what it is. But he's an idiot. He's such an idiot. Okay, let me ask you, how do you feel about all this?
I think he's a moron. I can tell you for sure my wife's a better driver than I am.
You know, I started thinking about, because your wife had brought up something about a car, like car accidents and things like that, because I know you had your run-in of those last year, 2 years ago?
Mm-hmm. Last year, yeah.
Last year. And she had mentioned something, and then I started thinking about it, and I think every time I've been in a car accident, I have not been driving my vehicle. Somebody else has been driving my vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like, and most of the time, the other person driving my vehicle has been a male. So I beg to differ with this.
Well, I can say both of the accidents I had in that 6 days last year were both caused by a fella. Neither one was me, by the way.
Yeah, you just happen to be on the bad end of all of that.
Pretty much.
But yeah, so, Disco Inferno can just fuck right off. Sorry. I mean, that's about the nicest I can be about it.
You made the disco balls on that guy to say that.
Yeah, I've got a foot that I can shove directly up his ass, or take care of those disco balls for him. I'd like to shatter them at this point. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you were hot.
I was hot.
Because I sent it to the group, and yeah, I could feel the steam coming out of your ears over a written form.
Well, it wouldn't be that bad, but, and this is nothing against anybody that we have on the podcast or anything like that, but it is not me being a woman and being into wrestling as much as I am. There aren't very many of us. I'm not saying I'm the only one, because there are a lot of wrestling fans that are women. I'm not saying that. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying, though, is there's not a lot of women wrestling fans that do have some of the knowledge that I have. And I know I'm still not as smart as most. But I feel like I can carry a conversation.
Okay.
But it's hard to say. It's just... No, I don't. Papa Cooper, I do not want to hear Floyd Fisher's take on women drivers.
I feel like that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking. But you know, it's like I already face a lot of the stereotypical crap being a wrestling fan and being a woman. You know, hey, you can't say the first time you met me, you had no idea I was a Floyd. I've been holding my tongue the whole time. Floyd's on here too. We're in big trouble tonight. This will be fun.
Interesting. Yet,
Uh-huh.
Cisco did everything outside of saying they need to go back in the kitchen.
Basically.
But you don't do that because that's where the knives are.
Uh-oh. Pop. Apparently Floyd's wife is watching and it's hilarious.
Oh, is not watching.
Not watching, sorry. Is not watching. But no, I'm just saying, I already deal with all of the stereotypical stuff and it doesn't help. I'm not saying that I looked up to Disco Inferno by any means because I thought he was already a putz, but
I'm not a fan.
Just for people to continuously say that, it's kind of a slap in the face to me. I'm just being honest.
All right. Well, Pete, I'm glad you were able to get that off your chest there, Minderz. But
I'm still fuming, but
I'm sure.
she doesn't watch the road either. Floyd.
Oh, that Floyd.
Oh, all right, let's move on before this
on.
gets more of a mess.
Congratulations are in order, Minderz, for one of our buddies. Rhino got announced he's going to be inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame at Bound for Glory on Saturday.
Nice.
And we both like Rhino. He's one of our favorites that we run into come Expo time, and well deserved after almost 20 years with TNA. So off and on.
Speaking of, I'm gonna say something about some people we've got coming on next week. Mad Bash Studios, Mad Bash Wrestling.
Yes.
They actually did a 2-part interview with Harker Dirge. And if you are a fan of independent wrestling around this area, you know exactly who Harker is. But I did not know until I heard that Harker was actually in a wrestling match against Rhino and God, what was his name? What was Edge's name in the Indies?
Sexton Hardcastle.
Yeah. So Sexton Hardcastle and Rhino was against Harker. And I can't remember who his partner was at the time. But he got to fight them in a tag team match. And I was so impressed and very jealous. But if you get a chance, go listen to that 2-part interview because it's really darn good. It's really good.
Yeah, I heard that somebody got name dropped that we're buddies with in our neck of the woods also, from what you told me.
Oh, there was a lot of names dropped on that podcast. I'm just telling you, there was a lot.
Yes. Well, before we get to our guests, because we got a few minutes, let's talk about the Squared Circle Expo Minderz, because they started announcing guests this week.
They did. Do you have them all, or do I need?
I've got them all right here. So
okay, good deal.
So, got some new talent, got some legends. You know how they roll, but plus they got one that was kind of a surprise to me because I didn't think they would get him. He's not a wrestler; he's a TV guy, but still.
Okay, because that was the one I was shocked by. I was very shocked by.
All right, so the 6 names that they announced on Friday. Start off, you got Swerve Strickland there, former champ. Miss Texas, Jackie Moore is going to be coming in.
So excited about Jackie.
Yeah, that's going to be fun.
I'm excited about Jackie.
Yeah. Kurt Angle's back this year.
Isn't he going to be close here soon?
He's at Bricks and Ivy and Hoopston coming up, I think.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
There's the one that shocked the hell out of me.
Mike O'Malley from Heels is going to be there.
He looks so different now.
Yes, he does.
I remember him from Guts.
I remember from like comedy stuff, but he looks like me in this picture, kind of.
Which version?
Which one?
I think. Crap. You? I love you, but you.
All right. Well, anyway, moving on. Mick Foley's coming back, Minderz, this year.
I love Mick.
I'm gonna have to try to make a point to go and see him this year. I didn't get a chance to because of the Sting line last year. But
Well, unless they have somebody like Sting again, I don't think you're going to be stuck in a line for 3 hours this year.
no, it's gonna have to be somebody good to justify me waiting.
I'm not even sure they could bring anybody in that you'd wait 3 hours for, because you didn't even wait 3 hours for Arn Anderson.
I didn't have to.
I say I didn't wait 3 hours for Arn Anderson. I didn't wait 3 hours for anybody.
No.
I think the most
Well, I needed my bell time.
I think the most I waited was 5 minutes for anybody that I saw.
Yeah.
And that actually no, it was probably 20 minutes. It was probably when I got my picture, my Nation of Domination picture.
Gotcha. I'm hoping that the Xbox is back because I got shorted out of my Xbox meeting last year.
I thought they gave it back to you. Did they not?
They refunded me.
Oh, okay, that's what I thought.
I didn't get my picture though. All right, we got the last name announced on Friday, Minderz. I know it's the one you're most looking forward to.
No, it's not. Pockets! Sorry.
Now, about 15 years ago, I got a picture with a young wrestler named Fire Ant. To get a picture with Pockets just to bookend it because,
may as well.
Might as well, I'm sure he's gonna have a pretty long line. I'm sure.
Oh, I'm sure he is. I ain't gonna stand in it. Sorry.
No, that's fine.
I have more fun going to like the Legends. Like,
oh, me too, 100%.
Or even the ECW guys. I'd much rather go hang out with Shane Douglas or
Francine.
No, Victoria is the other one that I always try to make it a point to go to her line. Shane Douglas. Who's the other one? Norton. Scott Norton.
Oh yeah, he was a chatterbox when we met him last year.
Yeah, he was. Heck yeah, he was. But man, they have like Coco again. Coco was so fun.
Let's look back to you corrected Barry when he called him Coco Ware.
Right? No, it was so funny when we got our picture taken with Coco, though. They, how they take the picture or whatever, so that way you can get your full picture.
Right.
And they go, now what? And Coco goes, now wait a minute. Let's make sure the lady's happy with that picture. Barry was standing there too and was in the picture too, but
he didn't care about Barry's happiness.
He didn't give a shit about Barry's opinion.
That's because he called him Coco Ware.
He didn't give a shit about Barry's opinion.
No.
It was funny. Oh, we have a guest.
All right. Well, Minderz, you want to do the honors?
Sure. Joining us tonight is the one, the only, the chairman, Jordan Perry. Look at that. Showing off the guns.
I can do that too.
Rep, stop.
I heard that Papa Cooper was in here, and every time he sees me, he's like, "Hey, flex a bicep, let me see it." So that was for him.
Oh, that was sweet of you. Hey, Floyd's in here too, just to add to the enjoyment.
There you go, Floyd, you get the other one.
The one, then the other one.
There you go. Barry has his Papa.
Coco Blair cut my balls. He kind of did.
Yeah. So Lightyear was a prince.
Time out.
Okay.
Mindy.
Yes.
I love the choice of wardrobe this evening.
Had to.
Reb.
Mm-hmm.
What you wearing?
I'm wearing a shirt from a golf outing that I go to once a year. And I have popcorn kernels all over it.
Well, you have the old Jordan Perry on a podcast once a year, so why can't you break out the Jordan Perry chairman T-shirt?
Yeah, exactly.
Now, to be fair, I don't have the Jordan Perry chairman shirt yet. I've got about 3 or 4 Go Life shirts somewhere in my wardrobe. But
in the back of the closet, collecting dust. Just
actually in a trunk. I got a trunk with all my T-shirts in it because that's all I have. I have no space for in there. But
storage shed at the back of the storage shed somewhere. That's where those are at.
I got a couple hefty bags full of T-shirts in my storage unit somewhere because the wife says I have too many.
Gotcha.
She may be right.
Are they all wrestling shirts? You can never have too many wrestling shirts.
A lot of them are wrestling shirts. Yeah. Actually, I bet I could make a decent buck or two if I can find enough people wear a 2 or 3X just from unloading some of those wrestling shirts.
I'll bet old Mindy could make a serious dollar with the very last ever Low Life T-shirt made right there.
See, right here.
I do have that shirt. It's just, like I said, it's buried in the trunk.
Nice.
Well, speaking of this night, because this was the night that you retired.
I was tired.
You kind of surprised us because then just a couple weeks ago, you were back in the ring.
Did you say I retired or I was just tired? Which one?
Well, it could have been both.
Maybe both. Yeah.
We've had the conversation before, right? You don't retire from independent wrestling.
Yeah, you don't, because you actually have to get, make it a full-time job.
Got to make a living off it to retire. There you go. I think I was just tired that night.
You're just tired.
Let's call it what it is. At that particular moment in time, I did not think I would be wrestling any longer. I'm being completely honest. Health issues. I found out a couple days before the last time you saw me that I could potentially do this again. So I took the risk, and I thought that was it. I thought that was the end. I thought it was the goodbye. So I was tired, and I put the shoes in the ring. And to be completely honest, it was just retiring the low lives because it was something that Joey and I had already talked about. To be completely honest, he was the one that's like, dude, I want to retire the low lives tonight. He's like, that's the way it is. He's like, if you're done, we're done. He's like, I want to retire it. So I got tired.
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, I mean, you can't have the low lives without Jordan Perry. Just saying.
That's true.
You can't.
I guess not.
Yeah,
Papa Cooper, why are you being a butt?
Who you're asking?
He's picking on you, Jordan.
Is Jordan's computer running Windows 97? Damn, I've seen such low quality video. LOL.
I'm gonna hold it for like 2 minutes now, Chris, just for you. Make sure it's not pixelated.
But anyway, so we saw you come back at Pro Wrestling Glory.
You did.
It was a shocker.
You had to teach the youngins a lesson.
It was a little bit of a shocker to me. That decision was honestly not made until probably 4 days before that show.
Oh, wow.
That was I wasn't necessarily goaded into it or talked into it, but I had some supporters that were like, do it. Secret. I actually returned to the ring 2 weeks before that for Jeff Jarrett's Capital City Clash in Springfield.
That doesn't surprise me.
That's the one where CMC got eliminated by a dog.
He did. Yep.
Reb has to point that out every time. Every time we talk about
glorious.
the Jeff Jarrett show.
It was glorious. I love watching that. I cackled like an idiot watching that on the video.
Do you have a clip of it?
Yeah, we got a clip of it.
Awesome. I was in the exact same match. It was a big Capital City Clash Battle Royal. Cam was in the match. CMC was in there. We saw Colt Cabana. We even saw my good friend Joey O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Who conveniently eliminated me.
Oh.
Yeah.
What a nice friend.
Every time I've had a run-in with a low life since May, it hasn't ended well.
No?
That's true, because you actually had a run-in with a low life that night.
I did. Didn't see that one coming, right?
Oh, did not. Well. Sorry, Jordan. As we were recording the show when we had Pro Wrestling Glory on, when we had, Jack Rebel, we had Tony G. Why? Come on.
He's the ultimate utility player. He can do it all.
Oh,
we even had Marvin on that night.
Who?
Marvin.
Never heard of him.
Oh,
good call, because I've never.
Oh boy.
And then that guy showed up, Mr. Dallas Preacher. Yeah.
I'd be a liar if I said I wasn't proud of him.
Yeah.
Well, he kind of did the Go Live style, didn't he?
Exactly. Again, I'd be a liar if I said this isn't over, Dallas. Proud of him. You got to break out, right? You got to break out from the pack, and what a better way. I couldn't think of a better way to do it. Punk move, but I'm proud of you, buddy. But again, like you said, you reap what you sow.
Well, and I really have to question who he's running around with.
Me too. Where does morals lie? I mean, he was running around with BA.
Bitch ass Malkin. Bitch ass Malkin.
You wouldn't say that for a while because you couldn't say that at the show, Minderz.
I couldn't.
It was a family show.
Family-friendly show, and I couldn't call him a bitch ass. It was annoying me.
Let it fly, Mindy. Let it fly.
I had a sign all set, and I decided not to bring it because you told me family-friendly.
Yeah, I mean, look at the guy. He said he's casting out of the shadows, right?
Yeah.
He's doing the same tactics we've always done. I mean, they left a man setting in the middle of the ring to lose the match for him. So, I mean, where do his morals lie? Looks like they're exactly where they were.
I'm interested to see because, you know, you were on the Pro Wrestling Glory show. So we hear there's another one coming up in January.
There is. There's actually about 3 or 4 dates all probably being set here in the next probably 2 weeks. So,
because I'll tell you what, we had a blast. We had a blast at that show. It was so fun.
Awesome.
Go see Rated Ralph back.
Right. I did too. I loved it. I'm actually a Pro Wrestling Glory original. 10 years ago. Wrestled there 10 years ago. It feels like a lifetime. Still doing it. Here we go.
I mean, AJ's right. AJ's right. Family friendly when the venue sells beer makes it harder makes it a harder line to walk than usual. But it was a fun show.
Yeah, they had a little party going on up top. I saw them, you know.
I had a little party going on right there at the front row.
There you go. Did you buy a beer? Did you buy a beer at the show?
Yeah.
Did you? Nice.
And then she let it roll under the ring, and then
it rolled under the ring.
How?
Well, I had set it in because I had went and got one, and AJ bought me one too.
Gotcha.
So I'd set the one in my purse. Well, my purse was open, and it just kind of rolled, and it rolled right under the ring.
Made Devontae's day, though.
It made Devontae's night, though.
Is that what he ended up hitting somebody with at the end of the night? Was he chugging away on it before he jumped in there, or did he just open it and blast them?
He said
he took a couple sips, and then
he's not a beer guy.
He's not a beer guy, so it might have been my fault.
Hang on, Dallas is big. Never mistake my caution for weakness. You're playing tic-tac-toe, I'm playing chess. Sometimes you have to sacrifice a pawn to kill a king, he says. So.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, but I gotta tell you, Jordan, when everybody was on that night and we had the podcast and everything, when Dallas had released the promo a couple days beforehand for that.
Right.
And then KC was on, and KC had said something about making the boys were coming to make sure everything went as planned. Me being me, and you know, I kind of have a little bit of a wrestling mind.
You picked up.
I looked at Reb, and I go, Reb, and he goes, what? And I go, are you thinking what I'm thinking? He goes, what are you thinking? And I explained it to him. I said, what if Dallas's group and trauma unit? And he was like, well, you never know. I mean, it's not booked. So, but I said, just because it's not booked doesn't mean it won't happen.
That's true.
Gotcha.
So
you nailed it. You always you pick up the pieces to the puzzle rather quickly. Normally, you listen.
I try to
think.
I'll tell you what. After what happened earlier this year, I was a little surprised to see Trauma Unit sticking up for you at the Glory show.
Me too. You know, I gotta be real for a minute. All right.
Okay.
There's one particular member in that group I've known a very long time, the majority of my adult life. 10 years ago in the original Pro Wrestling Glory, I wrestled the man more than a handful of times. In those particular years, I probably wrestled him multiple dozens and dozens of times. And whether you like him or not, and whether you can ever beat him, because I still don't hold a victory over this particular individual, you become really good friends over the time. So no matter what has happened, you know, in the past, sometimes they show up. And let's be honest, was it even about me? I don't know. Were they coming out there to save me, or were they just coming out there to do exactly what he said he'd been doing all along? He said he was going to protect the company. Looks like that's what he did.
Yeah.
Not sure if he was doing a favor for me or not. I appreciate it. Don't get me wrong, but let the record show I didn't need him.
No.
Didn't need him. Let the record show.
So I'm gonna say, Reb, I'm pretty sure you know who he's talking about, right?
I got a good idea.
Pretty sure it's the super vet, Casey
Super
Jackson.
I'll confirm.
Because I remember watching you guys wrestle a couple other places too. So
it's been a very, very long time. It's not only. Let's be honest. When the bell rings, he's my enemy.
Right.
I'm coming for him. All right. When the bell's not ringing, he's my guy.
Yeah.
Let's call it what it is. Real life outside of wrestling friend that will be a real life outside of wrestling friend when wrestling is no more. Just how it is.
Well, Minderz, what do you say about guys that are friends in the ring are always ones that hit each other the hardest.
Yep.
Isn't that the truth? Isn't that the truth? He throws a potato every time we're in there. Wow, a little dangerous, if you ask me. A little dangerous.
Now, I'm going to tell you, because there was one guy at that show that we sang the praises of. That was the Cobra.
Cobra. Man's the man.
The
Cobra's
Cobra
the man.
and Connor's match. Oh, my goodness.
Match of the night?
Probably pretty close.
That in the main event, I think.
Not in the main event. So, but man, the crowd was into it. There was so many people behind the Cobra that night, and
right.
I was so happy to see it. But man, and you know what? Doesn't matter where the Cobra goes. He's gonna put 110% into all of it. Shoot, I just gave him my good hoot of the week for him and Conley at 0-1 this past week.
I'll go on record to say it right now. Cobra is my favorite performer in the entire state of Illinois. He's the man. Anywhere he goes, I don't understand why somebody would not use him. He's one of the greatest performers that I've ever seen. It's a loss if you don't have him on your show, in my opinion. He's that guy. He'll always be that guy until he decides not to be. He'll be that guy to me. It's just
right.
That's the honesty, and he knows this. I've said it to his face. I've said it to 1,000 people. He's the number one guy in my book. So I mean.
Minderz, didn't you buy the Cobra tumbler at the Glory show?
I did. Hold on a second.
Did you buy like 5 of them? Did you buy like 5 different ones?
I bought 3.
Nice.
That's all right. Cobra was Hades X1X, right?
Hold on. Let me find it. Hold on. They're in here.
Okay, she's going to go find her gimmicks there.
Did she buy a Hades? Is that what you said?
I think she got a Hades. I
figured I can't hear you.
Gotcha. Oh, we can talk bad about her now because she doesn't have her headphones on. Yeah, she's she went. I think she got either the CMC one or the Glory one. I forget which one, but if I had more cash, I would have got one.
I want to talk about Hades before we go any further, though.
Okay. Yeah, Hades made a fool out of me. By the way,
that's what we're going to talk about.
Oh, you know.
Little birdie told me.
Whose ass am I kicking? Because you guys are laughing way too hard.
No,
I'm kicking on Reb a little bit. That's cool. That is cool.
The funny thing is, he didn't know about those.
Will you hold that up one more time, Mindy, just so I can snap a photo of that real quick? I want to see the picture of him.
The funny thing is that when you showed it to Cobra, he didn't know it was there.
The Cobra didn't know it was there.
He's like, oh, he knew. He absolutely knew it. He signed
I got it signed.
Cool. Yeah, the company actually reached out to all the performers that they were making the tumblers and made sure it was okay to do it. Awesome. I love that one.
And he signed it too, but all we had was
very cool.
We only had a black marker, so we had to sign it in the one part that you could actually see it. And then Rab, I got your favorite one.
There's that guy.
There's that kid.
Are you going to gift it to him for Christmas?
Maybe. It's even signed, so maybe.
So let's talk about Hades real quick, Reb.
All right.
Hades X1X.
Yes.
You ever heard of him before?
You ever heard of him before, Reb?
I'm never going to live this down, am I? Oh, my God.
I believe once upon a time he went by the name Jason Hades.
Jason Hades, yeah.
Jason Hades. Yeah, I heard that you were a Jason Hades fan back in the day.
I was.
Whatever happened to that guy?
Apparently, he put a hood on and came down here. Much to my surprise.
I like Hades. I like Hades a lot. I've liked Hades for a very long time. 10 years ago, maybe more, 12 years ago, he was the guy around, the guy on the indies, all over the indies. He was the guy.
The last time I had seen him before the Glory show was in Joliet defending the IWA Mid-South Light Heavyweight title against Jimmy Jacobs.
Cool. I bet that was a match. That's what I'm talking about. Like IWA Mid-South lightweight champion. Like he did it all. He did everything he wanted to do. And he was one hell of, still is. I'm not going to say he was. He is one hell of a performer still if he wants to be.
Yeah.
I knew him as Hades XIX. And actually it was from Noble shows down in 01 when he was part of EOE.
Gotcha.
So yeah, that was when I first started watching Jason Hades. Well, I knew him as Hades. So when I saw that he was on the card for Pro Wrestling Glory, that was like, that's where I'm going. I haven't seen that guy in like 4 years. I've got to see Hades.
So Noble was the first time, I think, that I ever got to actually wrestle him, but I'd known him for many, 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 many years before then. It was an honor, honestly, because it was something you finally get to do. And I mean, I'd be a liar if I said I didn't watch and study Jason Hades a little bit coming in. So, I mean, finally got to mix it up with him in Noble. And I was like, yeah, that's a guy that you'd want on your roster just about anywhere. He's super knowledgeable and he's just a great talent. So,
yeah,
good pick up for Glory.
Yeah,
we've actually talked to him, and after the first of the year, Mr. Hades is actually going to join us on one of our podcasts.
Oh, very cool.
So we're excited about
that. If the brass Glory can hear this, and I'm sure they're listening somewhere, I would love to see Hades team up with Mojo at some point. If everybody knows where Mojo McQueen is these days.
Would you believe it if they actually tried to make that happen?
Really?
True story. Yeah. They were trying to get Hades and Mojo. Mojo is on his like third injury in the last 6 years. Yeah, a ruptured something. I can't remember what it was, but
ruptured anything isn't good.
No, yeah, it was a long recovery. I think he said he would be good to go by the new year. It was his date of hopefully being able to go. But yeah,
that's a guy. That's a guy I have not seen in person, but I've seen plenty of video on him. I'd love to see him.
He's awesome. The character is amazing. His in-ring is great. The character is amazing. He's very entertaining. Very entertaining. But yeah, believe it or not, that was something that was actually discussed and tried to come through and just couldn't make it happen at the
time. Book Carrot.
Bless you.
Excuse me. Carrot. Carrot.
Who's Karen?
Karen.
I did not say Karen. I will
I don't know any Karens.
Upside the head the next time I see you. No, that's not what I said.
That's
Come on now.
Gimmick.
No.
Karen?
No.
Must be the manager.
Jimmy Carrot. That never heard of him. Let's go.
He lives in the woods. You gotta go.
He lives in the woods. It takes a while.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, that makes sense.
Ask BA about him.
Yeah, ask BA about him. BA's real familiar.
So I remember, yeah. I think everybody should be familiar with Carrot by now.
Yeah.
You would think. But there are people that don't know. I mean,
right.
I mean, we do have multi-continents that listen to our show.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
We're somewhat global.
I don't like to give spoilers, but I know that old Carrot has indeed been spoken to about future events. No spoilers. No spoilers.
No spoilers.
Right.
Reb.
Yes.
What are we doing with Marvin though? Can we
Who?
We need a Marvin. We need a match between Marvin and Jeffrey. That's what we need.
Justice for Jeffrey.
Justice for Jeffrey.
What do you guys think about Marvin?
You know what? I hate this. I dug it. I mean, we're mad at Marvin. But...
we're mad at Marvin. He stepped on the flag that we got him. So we're not real happy with Marvin right now.
He kind of denounced the Marvin character and with Hollywood, as you know. So
what happened to that guy? I remember when he used to be a little grunt security for the lowlifes, and now apparently he's a movie star.
I guess so.
What?
Got blonde hair.
We're so mean.
Hey, you can't take anything from the man. He is a former world heavyweight champion.
Yes, he is.
Takes credit for it.
I take credit for it because I gave him a pep talk on this very podcast like the week before the show.
That's your fault, huh? It reminds everywhere he goes, I'm a former world heavyweight champion. I mean, you can't take it from him, so.
I think, wasn't that like his Facebook handle, like former world heavyweight champion Marvin for a while?
It was.
He sent 55 friend requests. I never responded to him. Not for me. Not going to happen.
Reb, we got a question in the chat.
We sure do. AJ's in here. He wants to know, so with Jack Rebel throwing the Glory belt in the trash, does Glory management have any matches in mind to crown a new champion?
That is information I do not know. Not a clue. Not sure. I mean, I'd imagine it's got to be, right?
Yeah.
It's a company without a champion.
When Ralph was picking up all the trash in the ring, why didn't he take the belt out of the can before he put all the trash back in there?
Who knows? Did he see it get thrown in there?
I think so. I mean,
yeah, who
Is he
knows?
tall
Ralph
enough
had eyes on everything on that show. He was everywhere.
Is
Right.
he tall enough to see over the trash can?
Well, that's true.
Maybe he couldn't see over the ring apron. Maybe
He needs to stand on his hat.
Well, I mean, I had trouble at where the barricade was because it hit me about right here.
They are tall, are they not? They're definitely up there.
Yes.
Hi, Peak.
I
I have a question. I want to throw a name out there that hopefully the brass will listen to that I would love to see at Pro Wrestling Glory. And I wouldn't mind seeing one Shank Barzini.
Shank Barzini?
Yeah.
Isn't Shank retired for the...
No. He's been wrestling in Indiana a lot.
Really?
Yes.
Unaware.
We've seen him at Hybrid. We have seen him. He's been a few different ones. So, yeah.
Gotcha.
He's back in wrestling some.
I don't keep an eye on the independent scene in Indiana, but I will be sure to forward the message.
Hey, you know what? Maybe after the first of the year, you should start watching the Independent Shootout podcast.
Do you have any guests lined up, Mindy?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
We don't even know if it's really going to happen. We've just thrown the idea around.
Gotcha.
Might be a new Thursday show, Friday show. Who knows? Because, we don't do enough podcasts as it is.
We have 2 podcasts and 2 YouTube series right now. And then we're just started Patreon. So we're busy.
Getting busy. Getting real busy.
Yeah.
Good to hear.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people enjoy listening to it. So, I mean, good for you guys.
Well, then there's Papa Cooper that likes to just pick on Reb the entire time. And
he just likes to bust my balls on a regular basis.
Oh, Papa Cooper. There you go, buddy. Just
Oh, what a good
I'm sure
time.
he's not watching anymore. I guarantee he's turned it off by now.
He might not have. You're still on here. He'll wait and turn it off when you're not on here anymore.
Gotcha.
That's kind of what he does.
Gotcha.
Unless life got in the way. And then, that's the way it works. But all right, Rab, it's up to you now because I ran out of questions.
All right. Well, I guess if you'll allow me a fan question.
Go for it.
Suppose, and this is just a hypothetical, suppose you had one match to show somebody that had never seen you work before. Who would it be with? Like, which match would it be?
That is difficult. So is this a match that obviously that's already happened from the past?
Right.
This is a difficult answer. I can give you about 3 different answers. My favorite match I've ever had. Man, this is tough. There was a time where I was going very, very, very hard. I would put up any match that I've had against Matt Cage. He doesn't perform anymore. Do you guys know Matt Cage?
I know the name.
So
Gotcha. I would put up any match that I've had with Matt Cage. One in particular where I won the 0-1 junior title inside of a cage against Matt Cage. I'd put that one up. One of my favorite matches of all time was against Bob Holly. Probably 2017, because it was the first time that I'd been going for several years at that time, but it was the first time where after the match, somebody that I'd watched on television, forever was like, man, you really get this, dude. He's like, you really get this. Like, so that was very important to me. And I just loved the match. It was great. Then another one that is out there, man, this is difficult. A lot of the early stuff, I was going really, really, really hard. I haven't gone in particularly hard for the past, 6 or 7 years, because I found out that I could do it just as easy and still get exactly where I wanted to be. So it's kind of a mixed answer. But another
smarter,
favorite,
not harder.
There you go. Yep. There came a time where I learned how to work smarter and not harder. I'd go out there and kill myself every single month and realize I wasn't holding the championships that I could win by just thinking a little harder and working a little less harder. I'm going to throw 2 different matches out there. I've had one against a tag team called Zero Gravity. They're no longer together anymore. It was Brett Kikia and CJ Esparza. And another match where Joey and I were really banging on all cylinders was against Congo Kong and Billy Gunn in Indiana. Those are, I mean, there's a long list for you, right? About 4 matches on there. At least 2.
You went up teaming with Billy Gunn once.
We did. Yeah. That was probably a year or 2 later, I think. I don't think it was close to that one. It could have been, but I think it was probably a year or 2 after. The Indiana match was definitely before COVID happened. I know for a fact. So it's probably 2019, I think, maybe 18.
Minderz, are you all right up there? You're making faces.
I have my opinions.
On what?
No, Billy Gunn owes me money.
Oh. Oh.
Actually, the match that you're talking about when you tag teamed with him,
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize the meet and greet was before the show. I thought it was after the show. And I had bought the meet and greet and didn't get my meet and greet.
She neither meted or greeted him.
Yeah. And I never said anything, but the group of friends that I have, they get a text every Wednesday. It says Billy Gunn still owes me money.
With an updated total.
With an updated total with interest of what it should be.
That is so funny that you say that, because in the exact match I was talking about that happened in Indiana, right in the middle of the match, Joey slugs him, and he literally asked Joey, he's like, God, do you owe me, or do I owe you money or something? I swear to God it was said. Yeah, I swear to God. And then he said something like, you're a stiff prick to Joey, and Joey tries to come and tag me, and I go, I just turned my back to us. I'm not tagging him. I was like, continue along, stiff prick. True story. You can ask him. He's like, God, do I owe you money or something? You stiff prick. And I was like, oh.
Reb, why does that make me feel so very more uncomfortable than I already did about the whole situation? We're going to get a spit take. That soda's coming out of his nose. Just wait for it.
Straw, I have it under control.
Oh, damn it. No, because we've actually come across this, that I have decided that I agree with Joey way too many times. It's starting to really bother me. It's starting to bug me that we agree on things a lot more than I would care to admit.
That's all right. I think Joey and I agreed on quite a bit back in the day as well. We were running and gunning. We've had a few hiccups here and there, but we agree on quite a bit. So
I get it.
We agreed on quite a bit until he threw me out of the Battle Royal a few weeks ago, and I was
there you go.
I'd have done the same thing. I should have done the same thing.
It's to borrow an old phrase, it's low life doing low life things, Minderz.
It is low life doing low life things.
So you want to hear the ridiculous kicker to that?
What's that?
We were gunning. We were in that Battle Royal, cleaning house. There we are. We did this. We hit that move. We hit that move. All of a sudden, we struck our pose together. Whoop! Throws me out, right?
Mm-hmm.
He turns around, and guess who eliminates him?
Who?
The ultimate utility player.
What?
Tony G. True story. He turns around, and Tony goes, bye!
Okay,
right down the ring. He's standing there on the ground looking at me like, you deserve that. You deserve that.
Now, Jordan, I might be reaching a little far back, but I heard that you knew this guy because, we talk about UWC on here a little bit, and, there's this guy that I used to watch. He used to tag team, I believe, with Tony G. He went by the name Periwinkle. Do you know who this person is?
Say it again.
Periwinkle.
Never heard of it. That's a color.
It is a color.
It's a color, yeah.
Well, he looks so familiar, and I just can't place him. Because I went back and watched a lot of the UWC stuff from Georgetown days.
Gotcha.
So,
was he a tag team champion at UWC?
I believe so.
Never heard of him.
Although there was this other guy that looked like a Power Ranger, and I can't remember what his name was either.
That's got to be Joseph.
I'm pretty sure it was Joseph.
That's got to be Joseph. I have a picture of you guys. I wish I could show you guys. It is Joey and I 12 years ago, before we ever teamed up, before we probably ever even wrestled. I don't know. We are young kids, and we are both doing this. In the photo. In the photo, we looked like we were 12-year-olds. It was probably easily 12 years ago, at least, at a UWC show. As funny as
Oh,
that sounds.
wow.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, did you two wrestle each other before you started teaming up?
Oh yeah. The best of my knowledge, we had almost probably a 6-month or more feud directly before we became the Lowlifes that ended inside of a steel cage. I don't think it was for the junior championship. I don't think. But I know for a fact that we had several matches that ended inside of a steel cage, and he beat me.
Well, it only took him until now to finally get that junior heavyweight championship. He just won it this past Saturday. So
that's the most prestigious prestigious championship that company has. So I mean, congratulations! It only took you 15 years.
It only took him 15 years. That was what I thought. It was like, damn, you did it before he did.
Took me 4.
Nothing wrong with that. Not a damn thing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's back when I worked harder and not smarter.
Not smarter.
Yeah. So yeah, it took me 4 years to pick that one up.
All right, Reb, where are we going here? Because I hate to keep Jordan any longer than we really have to. You know he's a busy man.
He is a busy man, and oh, hang on. Just Marion Bouchard, attaboy, Jordan Perry. It says so. All right, so the next Gory show officially announced is January 25th, I believe was what you guys said. And you say they're going to be announcing some more dates in the next couple weeks or so, right?
They are, yep.
Are you pretty much making Hammer Strength Fitness your home base over there with Gory?
It will definitely, I mean, yes. Long answer short, there's 2 other venues that are being communicated with right now that are not in Clinton. So that's
if there's one in Champaign, that would be great for me. I'll just say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
There is not been. What is it? City Center?
That's where Iron Spirit ran.
Iron Spirit ran out of City Center.
Gotcha. So, Pro Wrestling Glory and Iron Spirit will be working together. They'll be doing promotional work together in the future, starting as soon as November 2nd. I guess that's about 2 weeks away. I guess maybe 1 week away. I don't know, 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks away.
1 week away. 1 week from Saturday.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We do have a question. We have one more. I'm not sure if it's an actual question.
That seems like a complaint.
Or if it's a complaint.
Okay.
Chris Cooper, we're not getting any breaking news here. That's disappointing.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. CMC got thrown out of a battle royal by a giant dog.
Do you have any breaking news? Did the brass give you any news you could give us from?
Are we talking about just breaking news for Glory?
Yeah.
Not really. No.
Did CMC get at least a fine for knocking Rated Ralph on his butt?
I would sure hope so. I mean, what happened?
That was uncalled for.
He loses a match and knocks over poor small Ralph, and then beats up referees. Who raised that kid?
I don't, right? Christian must have knocked something loose in his head there. He knocked the crap out of CMC in that match. It's
He's giving you shit about that. I love the fact that everybody's gonna give Reb shit about that now. I just think it's great.
I got a picture somewhere of me with the previous Jason Hades from one of those Zero IWA shows. I got to go through and find it. It's when I used to take Fun Savers to the shows because there was no digital cameras. This is just how long ago that was. But
digital camera. It was a Fun Saver, you said?
It was the Fun Saver. It was the disposables that you would take to the Walmart and get developed.
You're aging yourself right now.
I know. I aged myself when I said I didn't know that Jason Hades was Hades X1X.
Oh, that's true too.
So, in all fairness, I do know several things that are happening for the January 25th event, but I don't have the power to release them. I can't give out the spoilers, but I'll give you a breaking news one. You ready for this, Papa Cooper?
Wait, hang on.
Wait.
Hang on. Before you do.
Jordan Perry will be at Pro Wrestling Glory January 25th.
Yes!
Breaking news.
Breaking
Poor
news.
That's it. That's not the only place I'm going to be. I'm actually stepping back into the independent scene a little bit. Have you guys heard of Pro Wrestling Now?
Yes.
Have you seen anything coming up for that?
November
Yes.
9th, right?
November 9th.
November 9th. Yeah,
I think we're gonna try and be there.
do it. You might see a familiar face.
Might see a few familiar faces.
I see a few familiar faces.
Yeah.
But Iron Spirit Pro, have you guys checked out any Iron Spirit Pro events yet?
We need to get some more. The problem is sometimes with theirs being on Friday nights, it makes it tough.
Gotcha. So they're moving forward. They're on Saturdays.
Nice.
I can confirm that I might be appearing at the next few dates there. Breaking news.
Breaking news. I remember seeing you at an Iron Spirit Pro show. It was actually in Urbana, Illinois. And I think, did you fight Zero Gravity? Or who was the other one? Was it Zero Gravity?
It was Brett Gakia from Zero Gravity and Beef.
Yeah, that's right.
Main event. I remember that one. Me and Joey against Beef and Brett Gakia.
How could you forget that one? I think our buddy about closed down the town that night because I think he about killed the town that night. So we were the loud crowd on the one side that was a little rambunctious and obnoxious. I mean,
I genuinely don't hardly remember anything about that. I don't remember
really?
the match. I don't remember the match at all. I don't remember, for some reason, I don't remember much. Was there more than one event there, or was there only one?
No, that's the only one I can remember.
There's only one.
Because I remember that was the first one I'd seen Ace Perry at. There's another good name.
Gotcha.
That was the first one I'd seen Ace Perry. I was so excited. So excited.
I wonder if there's any relation. You think?
I don't know. Maybe you ought to check into it.
Ace Perry, Jordan Perry.
There you go.
E squared.
Fighting Perrys.
The Fighting Perrys.
Fighting Perrys.
Yep, sorry, no real breaking news from the old PWG stomping grounds, but stay tuned, I guess, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we will.
Hey, when it gets closer to January, we'll have some more gory folks back on
cool
on our galaxy of shows, and we'll get into some newsy stuff there.
Cool, gotcha. I can semi-confirm something. It's not necessarily breaking news. A little bit of a spoiler. I can semi-confirm that another Dreamwave Championship will be defended at the Glory Show.
Ooh.
There you go.
I'm excited about that one. That's another one I want to get back to. I've been there once, and I want to get back to that one.
Dreamwave?
Although I'll tell you, that one's packed. Every time we go, that place is packed.
They sell out relatively quickly,
Real
I think.
quick.
Usually within like a week or two of tickets going on sale.
Mm-hmm.
They go quickly.
Last time I was there was Mike Bennett's first match back after Jay had passed away, Jay Briscoe.
Gotcha.
I saw Vikingo versus Gringo Loco versus I don't remember who all else. It was like a 4-way.
Gotcha.
Little Guido was there.
And his feet?
And his feet. Little Guido and his feet were there.
Hey, Reb, do you remember that Hades X1X guy?
Vaguely, yeah.
That's actually where I met him, Dreamwave.
Oh. Small world.
Wrestled a few shows for Dreamwave back in the day. 10 years ago, probably. Yeah. About 3 or 4 months straight, and that's actually where I met Hades.
Nice.
I'm hoping we see Christian Rose back. Christian, I always love Christian. He's a good guy.
He about killed for CMC, didn't he? Are you talking about?
Yeah, he tuned up CMC good on that Glory Show.
Yeah. He put a beating on him. Curious to see where old Cam's mindset is going to be after something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I was going to say, the Dreamwave show I went to, I got to meet Raven and Shane Douglas. So I was a happy camper. I was a very happy camper.
Cool.
Bari pissed off Shane Douglas. It was great.
So I actually went to a CSW show not too long ago. I don't know if I'm supposed to be even talking about this or not, but the guy that runs the place up there is that Hades X1X guy.
Okay.
Yeah. Very nice.
Went up there and watched one of the shows, and Shane Douglas was the special guest, and he actually got in there and wrestled, did the whole 9. It was very entertaining. We left. We went to this is crazy. I was with one of my really good friends, Mr. KC.
Mm-hmm.
And we stopped at a gas station probably 15 minutes outside of the town. Just ran in there to get an energy drink and get some protein. You'll never guess who's walking out as we're walking in.
Shane Douglas.
Shane Douglas, yeah. Still in his soaking wet gear.
Oh, wow.
He's a pro.
Well, here's the other kicker of that. So that was who. So Raven went out there and he was cutting a promo or whatever.
Uh-huh.
Guess who showed up at that show?
I feel like I know the answer to this. If it was Raymond and Shane Douglas, I feel like it was that polka dot fella that showed up. Tommy Dreamer?
Tommy Dreamer, and man, we all popped. It was a mess. It was so fun. It was a good time. It was a lot of fun.
Dreamer's cool. He is a good guy.
Yeah.
Until he hits you with the Death Valley driver, and then it's not really fun anymore.
Yeah.
Now,
or
we're talking about this, but Jordan, did you realize we also do an ECW review?
On this one?
It's the Extreme Effing Review. It's a different podcast. But
it's a different podcast, but we do Extreme Effing Review.
And
right now.
Every episode of ECW on TNN plus the pay-per-views.
Gotcha.
In order.
You got your work cut out for you, huh?
We do.
Like 60 episodes.
What night is that on? That sounds actually pretty cool. That'd be fun to listen to during cardio.
That drops on Friday mornings.
Gotcha.
Friday mornings.
On Spotify and Audible.
It's an audio only.
Yeah, it's not video like this.
It's not video. It's audio.
Unless you have the Patreon.
Gotcha. I mean, even better to listen to. I listen to I don't watch these. I listen to them for cardio when I do listen to them.
Why does everybody listen to us during cardio? I feel like everybody does. We know KC does. We know Trust does. It's kind of ridiculous.
Well, to be fair, those who are always doing cardio because they're cardio machines.
They are cardio machines.
All right. Well, I think we've kept our guests long enough, Minderz. Jordan, we're going to let you get out of here. Like I said, we'll have you back on, or anybody else from Glory that wants to come on before January 25th. I will, if you pass on to the brass, if they are in need of a commentator of some sort. I'm just saying, I might know a guy. So
you talking about Mindy? Just kidding, Rev. Just kidding.
I love it. Although you could get us both, and then you'd have our bickering back and forth during the entire show. So you never know. It could be a good time.
I get a lot of not PG commentary from this one.
I don't think she'd make it very far yelling B.A. Malkin's name over and over and over during the match.
I kept it clean. The sign I made him even said B.A. Malkin. That was what it said. I was very tame.
Did you tell Jordan what you wanted to put on the sign?
Yep, sure did. And I made it on a sign for another show. He didn't like it too much. He actually threw the sign in my face. Like
it bounced off your head.
It did bounce off my head. So he just threw the other one. I actually still have the other one here somewhere. The PG rated one.
Yeah.
But the non-PG, I even spelled bitch wrong. I spelled BYTCH as
the Dawn Marie spelling.
The Dawn Marie spelling. So.
Gotcha. Yeah, you should be able to get that one in a door somewhere. It's not spelled correctly. Just tell them it's like Latin, biatch or something.
Right. There you go. It's biatch.
He's a bitch.
An acronym.
There you go.
Hey, he's still the one that ripped his own sign and made it say ass liquor on at the War Game show. So I can't. I can't. Or ass licking. Ass licking. That's what it said. Ass licking. So we got to leave it at that.
Yeah.
But
and then you still bought his pants.
Shut up. Jordan, we've loved having you on. You're welcome back anytime. You just let us know. We will switch. We will switch schedules and guests for you.
Cool. Let me get a few matches under my belt, a few stories going, something to talk about, and then I will take you up on that.
We need to get I still say we need a round table.
Yeah, like UKC and
like
the stories
from the road.
That's got to be on a not PG.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That'll be a Patreon special. So you have to pay for that one.
I guarantee you'll get buy rights for that.
Huh?
I guarantee you'll get great buy rights for that one right there. Buy rights. Do it. Definitely do that one. We could tell some stories. There was a lot of time. We spent a lot of time together on the road, and man, we could definitely tell some stories. But thank you for having me on, guys.
Absolutely.
Appreciate it. Always
One
enjoy
more arm before you leave.
Is Papa Cooper still in here?
I can't.
Oh, no, but the main attraction, KC Jackson, is. He just popped in.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
As of 8 minutes ago, Papa Cooper was still in the chat, so let's just
Of
assume he's
course, he
still.
pops in right at the end of the podcast. Thanks for the support,
Oh,
champ.
no. Oh, there's still more podcasts. This is the end of the interview. So
This is just the end of the interview. We're not done with our podcast. We
gotcha.
still have a new segment to put out. We've got a new segment tonight that's starting tonight.
Well, maybe
we've
I'll
changed
turn it
things
on.
up. We don't have our watch along anymore on Tuesday nights. We've cut out the watch along, so we've got something new.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna pull
Casey's been here the whole time. He's been here the whole time.
You can only comment so much on the treadmill.
Right.
Right.
All right, Jordan, take care.
Thanks,
we
sir.
shall see you soon.
All right. Later on, guys. Thank you.
See ya. Bye. I always love when Jordan's on.
He's good
fun.
people. That was a lot of fun.
Hey, Reb, who's that Hades XIX guy again? Or X1X guy again? Wait. That guy. You hate me right now, don't you?
Oh, no, you're fine.
I did like the comment. I did like I could do commentary for you. Oh, Minderz is going to do it? Oh, okay. Love it.
Just imagine if it was me and AJ.
Oh, dear Lord. You want to talk about not being PG.
Right.
Bingo.
Exactly.
Right there. No filter. No filter whatsoever.
No filter whatsoever. Minderz, let's let me pay some bills real quick, and then we'll come back.
Let's do that.
All right. All right, we're back. Well, I'm back. I don't know where Minderz ran off to. There she is. I guess she misjudged how long the video is for
Sorry.
You didn't miss much.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah, ProWrestlingTees.com/JTRPod or BrainbusterTees.com/JTR for all of our Jumping the Rail podcast network merchandise, t-shirts, hoodies, fanny packs, sweatpants, stickers, all kinds of good stuff. And also, don't forget, we kind of alluded to it when we were talking to Jordan. We do have our Patreon, patreon.com/JTR podcast network. We got a free tier and a $5 tier, so check that out. And we're recording something Thursday, our next fantasy draft episode, and that will be dropping on the $5 tier on the Patreon, hopefully Saturday. So keep your eyes out for that. Anything you can throw in is appreciated. Helps us keep the microphones on. Helps us keep things rolling. But we appreciate all of your patronage there. Minderz, let's. I kind of mentioned it a little bit. I want to get back into Maple Leaf Pro Wrestling from this weekend. It just confirms what I've said for the last 2 years. Bully Ray is probably the best heel in wrestling.
Oh,
I
won't deny it.
No, but they had a very talented ring announcer named Sam Laterna. She's young lady. I'm not sure where she's from, but I guess she's been doing the indies, probably in Canada, if I had to guess. But she introduced Bully as a WWE Hall of Famer. Bully took exception and made her call him WWE Hall of Famer, TNA Hall of Famer, one half of the greatest tag team of all time, Calfzilla, the Agent of Chaos, and a damn handsome man. Which is almost word for word how he's introduced on Busted Open. But
oh wow,
yeah, he makes Dave go through the ringer every morning. He's trying to pick a fight with Scott D'Amore's mother at ringside.
Now, we know how well that usually works out. You don't pick a fight with somebody's mama.
No. Scott didn't come out. He was running the show, but former Red Wing legend Darren McCarthy was at ringside, and he wound up stepping up and sticking up for Mama D'Amore, and then held Bully so she could get a slap in on him at ringside. Bully won just a few of the matches that we saw over the weekend. Bully had a tables match with Raj Desi, the former Jinder Mahal.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, Jinder put Bully through the table, but the referee was down. Then QT Marshall came out with a chain and knocked Jinder out, put him on the table, and pulled Bully away. So when the referee woke up, he thought that Jinder went through the table.
All right.
Masterful. We saw a lot of faces. Stu Grayson was on the first show in a 6-man tag, but he wasn't Dark Order Stu. He was just regular old Stu Grayson. And,
Nice.
I stand by it. He's one of the more underrated wrestlers in the world. And I've said it before. But he was teaming with Josh Alexander and El Phantasmo in a 6-man tag that opened up the whole weekend. And Trevor Lee showed up, former Cameron Grimes.
Aww. I miss him.
Yeah, Jake Something was on.
We all love Jake Something.
The main event night one was Konosuke Takeshita versus Speedball Mike Bailey, which was a really fun match.
Really good.
It was really good. Non-title, but Takeshita won. And then the next night, the main event was him defending the AEW International title against Josh Alexander. And I sent you guys a message during the match. I said, this match is fucking outstanding. Because you guys weren't watching it. I was watching it.
Yeah.
They went about 40 minutes. And just...
So first of all, if it went 40 minutes and you did you realize that it went 40 minutes or did it just fly by?
No, I knew it was going to be 40 minutes because I saw the time left when they came out for the main event. Because I thought they were coming out early.
But did it feel like 40 minutes as you were watching it?
It felt like 40. It felt like about a half hour or so. It felt like a normal length, but they got a lot of shit in those 40 minutes.
Doesn't surprise me.
Kesha got the win, of course. Then Callis cuts a promo on Ospreay and Ricochet. Takeshita starts beating up on Alexander again. Then Ricochet comes out, and
Joy.
Yeah,
I really did like him.
Pretty sure that's where they were going on AEW going forward with Takeshita with Ricochet because Ospreay's got Fletcher.
Yep.
But that is what it is. Like I said, I think they did a great job. There were some little technical issues with the production, but nothing that can't be fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, was this their first one?
It was their first show after the relaunch.
Yes. So, yeah, you got to work out the kinks. The first couple of shows are always going to be that way.
Yeah. But no, it was a lot of fun. Mauro Nalu was great for being off for 4 years from wrestling. From what Bowie said, he's in a good headspace these days, which is great to hear.
Good.
And then, my only critique might have been a few too many Canadian Football League references. But he was playing to his audience. He was playing to the Canadians.
Yeah, which that makes sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sean, we will get there, I promise.
Yep, that is next on my list. But also, Don Callis almost won Good Hoot of the Week because he worked in the word perineum on commentary.
Wow. That's impressive.
Do you know what a perineum is, Minderz?
No clue.
It's the taint.
Oh, lovely. Who got kicked in the taint?
I forget who it was. Somebody took the nuts on the ring post, got pulled.
Oh.
I think it was Bhupinder Gujar.
Okay. Whoever that is.
He's a Indian wrestler. He was teaming with Jinder on night 2 against Bully and QT.
Gotcha.
But talented guy.
Good.
A lot of good talent on there. Some TNA, a couple of AEW. Athena had a match with Giselle Shaw on night 2 for the Ring of Honor.
Oh wow!
Yeah, it was a good match. And Kylie Ray was there. A lot of names. There are too many for me to mention.
Kylie
just
or
here.
Kylie
Ray. Smiley Kylie.
Okay.
But yeah, so definitely go check out Maple Leaf Pro if you get a chance. I definitely recommend it. All right, let me dig up the card for Saturday or Sunday. I want to say Sunday.
Sunday. It's Sunday.
All right, because we're going to talk Halloween Havoc here for NXT. Oh, excuse me. Matches.
He's trying to figure this out. I wish you played that music that you always play whenever I'm thinking, but you never play it for you. You only play it for me. There it is. This is Red thinking music.
All right, tell me
Thank
that's
you.
not catchy.
It's annoying, but yes, okay.
All
One
right,
of those just gets stuck in my head, and I want to like smack you later. But that's
like
okay.
get out and get under my automobile.
Yeah, basically.
That one I bet we could play on here because it's from 1914, so it's probably in the public domain. But
Probably. Hey, I'm not choosing that for my underlying music. Just letting you know.
Oh, fair enough.
I want to. Actually, that might be perfect for all of them, considering what our theme
That's
is.
true. That's true.
So
Okay.
it might be perfect.
All right, Minderz. I got the matches here. Looks like we got 5 matches. So
I assume they were making more tonight.
2, 3, 4 matches announced so far.
Okay, I'm assuming they're making more tonight.
I got to assume, yeah. Although
Okay,
with WWE's
so-
PLE record lately, they usually do about 5 or 6 matches. So
Yeah. Well, Sean just piped up and said there are currently only 3 matches and a Delta debut.
okay, because here's what I got here. I got so first off, tag team match: Roxanne Perez and Cora Jade versus Julia and Stephanie Vaquer. I always get her name wrong. Stephanie.
Bakir.
Okay, thank you. I don't want to be disrespectful, but I've heard like 8 different pronunciations from 8 different people since.
Well, I'm
she
not
went
gonna
from this
lie.
baby.
Those 2 actually almost got co-Judies this week. They
Okay.
almost got co-Judies this week, just because of what happened last week on NXT. Because Julia was in that match with Ren
Sinclair.
There you go. That's her name. I knew if I remembered the first name, you could fill it in for the rest.
I try.
But that was a really good match between those 2. I thought it was. For some of the... I just thought that was a really good match last week.
Yeah.
And then with Cora and Roxy coming out, attacking Julia, and then Stephanie making her way out.
I'm digging Roxy and Cora as a team.
I am too.
All right. Well,
What did I say? Did I not say that Stephanie faced... Oh, it wasn't Julia. It was Stephanie. Julia came out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I had that backwards.
Oh, it's easy to do. All right. Well, Minderz, we're doing picks this week for the show because it's on Sunday. So pick me a winner here.
I think it's going to be Julia and Stephanie. I really do.
I agree. I think it'll be Julia and Stephanie. I think Julia pins Roxy to get another shot.
Mm-hmm. That sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah. All right. So I know I've changed this like 4 or 5 times. Now I'm seeing that it actually is 3 matches announced. The way they wrote this on this page is very confusing looking. But
Okay.
Next match, North American Championship Tables, Ladders, and Scares match. Which
Oh boy,
not sure what that means.
That's just chairs. That's just
the wheel
chairs.
make the deal. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
Tony D is defending the North American title against Oba Femi in his rematch. The family, Stax Lorenzo, Luca Crucifino, and Adriana Rizzo are banned from ringside, assuming Oba doesn't kill Luca tonight because they do have a match.
Assuming.
Yeah.
My hopes aren't super high. I'm pretty sure Oba's going to kill him, but yeah.
I selfishly want to see Tony win this because I want to see Oba move up to the heavyweight championship division.
I hate it when we agree I really
I mean,
do.
it's a ladder match, so I don't know how good Oba is on a ladder.
Exactly. Well, it's
That's
not
how good
even so
Tony is on
much.
a ladder.
It's and it's not even so much that. It's more of a Tony is the vet. He's the vet.
Yeah.
And where he's at puts him at a great spot to help build the talent. It gives them like a measuring stick in order to go against. Oba has defeated him in the past. So I
It's just
think
rubber
it's time Oba can move on. But can Oba really move on if he doesn't win?
Oba's Teflon.
Right now he kind of is. But he still needs a mouthpiece because that Nigerian accent's thick. But
when
I want to
his
see
one-liners
Oba.
are so good, though.
Oba and Trick. I want Oba and Trick.
Yes.
So bad.
All right. So we're both picking Tony begrudgingly because we both love Oba.
Exactly.
All right.
Are we doing BFG picks? What's BFE?
BFG Bound for Glory. Oh, we can. I'll just have to find the card.
I have no idea what's going on with Bound for Glory.
Okay.
I mean, I know a few things, but
okay.
I'll just go off of who the ones that I like are.
Okay.
That's how I pick most of the time.
Well, Minderz, the main event for Halloween Havoc is the Devil's Playground match for the NXT Championship. Trick Williams and Ethan Page. I'm assuming this means a street fight.
Probably. If they have a swing set, though, that would so make my day.
Well, they have one laying around somewhere from when Alexa was doing her goofy gimmick.
That's true. Yes. I mean, I think Trick wins. Because he was looking for backup last week, if I remember correctly.
Trick was?
Yeah. Because I thought he was going to talk to Javion Evans, that guy.
Yeah, because he's got beef with Ethan after the Sexy Red incident.
Right. So I think he was trying to see if that would all work.
Okay. Well, I think it's going to be Trick also.
I think Trick's going to win.
Yeah.
Ethan, again, he doesn't need the belt.
No, it's a nice icing on the cake for Ethan, but like you said, he can go with the main roster anytime, really.
Right. Well, and I would. Okay, so that's the 3 matches, right?
Yeah.
Did you watch NXT from last week?
I watched the highlights. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole show.
If you get a chance, watch the Lexis King match.
Okay.
I enjoyed that match. It was a gentleman's duel.
I thought that went away with Jack Gallagher.
No, this was actually, I was impressed with what they did. I was impressed. It was kind of a throwback to the NWA days. Like you couldn't toss anybody out over the top rope.
Is it like Matt Striker's Extreme Enforcement of the Rules?
I don't know. I never saw his.
It was a match with Balls Mahoney at the ECW December to Dismember. And
are we gonna watch this at some point?
I think we are. It's a really bad pay-per-view, but I think it might be bad fun.
Okay, as long as it's bad fun.
Yeah. All right. So so that's all we got so far for Halloween Havoc.
You didn't finish what you were saying.
What?
No. Okay. So the gentleman rules thing was like if the guy had 4 points of contact to the mat, you couldn't attack him. So like they're down on their hands and knees, you couldn't kick them.
Oh wow.
And you couldn't flip them out over the top rope. There was no fighting outside of the ring. Everything had to be done in the ring. It was actually
Who was he wrestling? Was it Oro Mensah?
Yeah, is that the guy from
Metaphor?
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
Okay.
It was
I know they've been feuding.
But yeah, that I was actually really impressed with this match, which it shouldn't surprise you because it was a wrestling match. It wasn't a
wrestling.
It was wrestling.
Yay.
It was, but I enjoyed that match. Go back and watch it. I think you would enjoy it.
I will do that.
It's not going to be like outstanding match of the year or anything like that,
Well,
but it was a fun match to watch with different rules and watching how Lexis King
can wrestle.
Can wrestle and can make the rules spin just a
He can twist it to his benefit.
Exactly.
Gotcha. Kind of like a Ben Trust would do.
Ugh. Sure. Why
All
not?
right, Minderz. So that's Halloween Havoc. Let's move on to Bound for Glory here. And
This is gonna be tough because I have no idea what the storylines are or anything. Because I have
No.
enough problems trying to watch all the WWE and AEW stuff, let alone to add TNA to that group.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna say this: the card is stacked for Bound for Glory.
Oh, I'm sure it is. Because and I may actually break down and watch it at some point.
It'll be on
weekend.
Triller if you're so inclined. So I may pony up the money for that also. But just running down the matches here: Josh Alexander versus Steve Macklin.
Okay.
And this one has been pretty much in the making since Josh got hurt and had to give up the world title because Macklin was supposed to be the guy to take it off of him.
Okay. Now that tells me a lot because I do remember all of that.
Yes. Now neither one of these has neither one of these guys has the world title. This is just one-on-one.
Right? Because does Dolph still have it?
Dolph still has it. Nick Smith still has the title. Yeah. So yeah, Alexander versus Macklin. This is going to be pretty much a hoss fight between these two fellas.
Anything with Josh Alexander is a hoss fight.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Even just based on what he did with Takeshita on Sunday.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. I think I've seen one match. Because I really wouldn't mind seeing Josh Alexander and Alex Kane go at it. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Oh, well, you're teasing me with a good time, Minderz.
Wouldn't it be fun? I think it'd be a really fun match.
All right, just based off of what you know, Minderz, pick me a winner, Alexander or Macklin.
Alexander.
I agree. He's kind of Mr. TNA at this point.
He really is. I mean, he's the one that doesn't really have any other. Like Nick has WWE, obviously, because he used to be Dolph Ziggler.
Right.
I feel like Josh is like, he's the Tommy Dreamer of TNA.
That's an interesting way to put it, with a Kurt Angle twist.
Right. I'm just,
right.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Okay. I'm going to agree on Alexander. He's just so good. Next match we have here, Moose versus Mike Santana.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That has piqued my attention.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to...
Go ahead. You
let me go first. I'm going to pick Santana here. I mean, they've booked Moose like a friggin' beast pretty much the entire time he's been in TNA. But there's something about Santana that I like. He's just...
Because, okay, I just want to make sure I'm thinking about the right Santana. We're talking Santana and Ortiz Santana, correct? Okay.
Yep. And but yeah, he's good. He's won some individual titles on like House of Glory, and I think Revolver. I think he's been around.
I'm gonna disagree with you on this one. I'm gonna go with Moose. I'm gonna go with Moose.
Nothing wrong with it. And he's gonna have the system with him, his faction with Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers. So
jeez, Brian Myers.
I
love that kid though.
Yeah.
I do love that kid.
Oh, the match he had when he was teaming with Hornswoggle a couple years ago at the Expo was priceless.
It was so fun.
All right. Next up, TNA Knockouts World Tag Team Championship.
Jordan.
What? No, tag team.
Oh, tag team. My bad.
Danny Luna and Jody Threat, collectively known as Spitfire, are the champions, and they're defending against Rosemary and Wendy Chu from NXT.
Ooh. Yeah, I know who both those. I know who all those are.
Well, I'm just exposition for the audience.
I understand. It's just trying to
formulate your pick. Do I need to put the music on?
No, I will go with Rosemary and Woo.
Chu,
Woo. Wendy Chu. That's where I got. I put the two together.
Did you think it was Wendy Woo?
Yeah, Wendy Woo. No,
what the hell's Wendy Woo?
Oh my god. I can't wait till I see you Saturday and I'm punching the bass. That's gonna be fun. You know I won't. You know I talk a big game. You know I won't.
Sean, we are going to get into this NXT news also after we're done with Bound for Glory because that is a big deal and we're going to get into it. I'm going to pick the champs to retain. I'm going to go with Spitfire here.
I wouldn't be surprised.
But I also I wouldn't be surprised to see the TNA Knockouts Tag Team Championship show up on NXT to get a little bit of a rub.
Exactly.
Okay. X Division Championship, Minderz. This one sounds like it's going to be a fun one if you like fast-paced stuff. Speedball Mike Bailey is going to defend the X Division Championship against El Hijo del Vikingo.
Okay.
Oh,
is that it?
Going. Yeah, just one-on-one.
Just Vikingo? Oh.
But,
Vikingo did just lose to Connor Hopkins not too long ago.
Oh, that pesky Connor Hopkins. Didn't he beat Cobra?
He did. I think I'm going with Speedball.
You know what? I love Speedball. I'm gonna just to be different. I'm gonna say Vikingo.
Okay.
I can see him putting it on because he goes to AAA, or I think it's AAA that he wrestles for in Mexico.
Yeah, it's AAA. Mm-hmm.
So I can see just to give the X Division title a bit of a global reach. I mean, granted, Bailey's from Canada, but still.
I mean.
All right. TNA Digital Media Championship and International Heavyweight Wrestling Championship Monsters Ball match presented by the Eye of the Salamander. I read that verbatim.
Okay.
PCO defending against Matt Cardona.
PCO.
It's a Monsters Ball match. You got to go PCO, don't you?
PCO.
I mean, Cardona is the king of the death match.
No, he's Mid Cardona. PCO. AJ will get mad at me if I choose Cardona. PCO. Cardona dolls all the way over there.
I am going to agree. I think it is going to be PCO. They've been having a bit of a feud over Steph DeLander before she got hurt.
Did you see it? Oh, she looks rough right now.
Yeah.
She just got surgery and
Yeah, she's good thoughts to her.
Yeah, good thoughts to Steph. And I'm hoping she's feeling better and at least can make an appearance at SCX this year. I'm hoping.
Yeah. If Manser's there, she might be there. So
fingers are crossed.
Yes. Fingers, toes, eyes, all the stuff's crossed. All right. TNA World Tag Team Championship 3-way Full Metal Mayhem match. Basically, ladders and chairs, for those that don't know. The System, Eddie Edwards and Brian Myers, will be defending against the Hardys and ABC, which is Ace Austin and Chris Bay from the Bullet Club.
Mm-hmm.
So it's the Hardys in a ladder match.
Who do I think will win, or who's going to win?
Who's first off? Who's going to win?
I'm really hoping the System retains.
Okay. Who do you think is going to win?
Hardys.
Uh-huh. I think I'm going to be different. I think ABC's going to win.
Think ABC's going to win?
They're multiple-time tag champs already, so I can see them doing it.
I haven't seen as much from ABC. I know they're a fun tag team.
Yeah, very talented tag team. Ace
very talented.
Damn good.
But I just.
You think the Hardys will get that feel-good moment?
Yeah, I do. Wait, where is Bound for Glory?
It is in Detroit.
Oh,
Wayne State University Fieldhouse in Detroit, Michigan.
And Motor City Machine Guns just left.
Right. But Rhino's going in the Hall of Fame there. So.
Okay, so that makes okay. I still think Hardys are probably going to win, just because haven't they been teaming with Joe Hendry here lately?
Who?
Joe Hendry. He kind of suck at this.
Well, it's
there he is. There he is.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Did you see the reel where the Hardys are like Joe Hendry's music and all that, and they've got like I believe in Joe Hendry, I believe in Matt Hardy, I believe in.
I haven't seen that, and I'm glad I have.
Oh, I'm gonna find it and send it to you just so you can be annoyed like I was.
Is that your payback for me showing you get out and get under your automobile?
Yes.
My wife is laughing at me right now because
she
knows
sure
exactly what that is. Uh-huh. All right, well, let's move on. Minderz Knockouts World Championship. And
Jordan Grace.
Okay, now you say that, but you don't know the match.
Jordan Grace.
one, Jordan Grace is defending against Masha Simovic.
Oh.
This might be match of the night. This could
I'm
be a
s-
damn show stealer.
I'm still going Jordan Grace. I like Masha. Don't get me wrong.
You know what? Sean made a point in the comments that kind of swayed
I saw
my
that.
thinking.
I saw that.
Contract expires in January. Maybe this is putting the belt on Masha so Jordan can get out of there and sign with WWE.
You know what? Does she want to though?
That's a question. I don't know because she's
Gresham
pretty well
is
ingrained in
still
TNA. Yeah, TNA's making you're drawing good houses now.
And Gresham's still there.
And she's got the relationship with WWE. She can go there anytime she wants to.
Yeah, I mean, they already know that she's great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm gonna say Masha just to be different.
I could see that happening. I'm not saying that it won't happen. I'm just saying I would prefer to see Jordan win.
Well, yeah. Well, Jordan's over, that's for sure. But yeah. Okay. Anyway, main event. Special referee is gonna be Frankie Kazarian for this World Heavyweight Championship match. And Frankie and Nick Nemeth is going to be defending against this guy.
Oh, you're killing me. Wait, didn't they say something about that?
I believe in Joe Hendry.
I love that song.
What song?
Play it.
I can't say it until you say his name.
Joe
So
Henry.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
So fun.
Sean was who throws Jordan. I still say Masha on this weekend, but if not Masha, I don't know who. It's as long as it's not Alicia Edwards.
There was
maybe an out of retirement Mickey James at some point. You never know. Deonna Purrazzo could always come back in. Oh no, she's with AEW now, but
no.
Deonna beat her before, but
okay, I don't remember where I seen it, but I thought Mr. Hendry said something about he would do something if he won, like go back to or like take it to NXT.
Yeah, well, you know he remixed his theme music and submitted it to the Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
For representing Scotland, I don't know what's going to happen with that. I think this is Joe's night. I think Joe wins.
Joe's over like crazy.
Yes.
I didn't say his full name, so you don't have to play the
song. Also, it should be pointed out they are doing their Call the Shot Battle Royal also during the show, where the winner gets a trophy and a title shot to be cashed in at any point for a year.
Oh.
I don't know. They haven't said who all's in it. I'm guessing most of the roster.
Probably.
Moose has won that and then cashed in on the same night on Josh Alexander before. So if you really want to piss people off, have Joe Hendry win the title, then have somebody cash in on him and take the belt from him.
You want heat? You got heat.
There's your heat.
There's your heat.
I believe in heat.
I do believe in heat.
But as far as the match itself goes, Nemeth and Hendry, Minderz, make me a pick.
I thought we already did.
Oh, you said Joe.
I said Joe he's over. He's so over that.
Oh, who?
Joe Hendry. Love Joe.
All right. So that's Bound for Glory. I may actually get that pay-per-view this weekend because it looks like a friggin' great card. Let's see. NXT made some news today or last night, Minderz. On election night, they will not be running on the CW. They're running on Wednesday, November 6th, directly opposite AEW.
Damn the luck.
And they're doing it in the ECW arena in South Philadelphia.
I'm so excited.
And from what I heard, they've already sold out on pre-orders for that show.
You know, it's funny because I heard, well, you know, everybody that the AEW faithful. That's what I'm calling them.
That's the nice way to put it.
That's the nicest way to put it. They are already talking a whole bunch of smack about it and how the tickets are so expensive and blah 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 blah. And I'm
yeah, because there's a 1,000-seat building. They got to make their money.
But here's the thing: AEW probably would struggle to fill that building.
No, I bet they could sell out that building. It's 1,000
Well,
seats.
but not because of AEW.
No, because
I don't think
South Philly.
they would sell it out because of AEW. They would sell it out because it's South, like you said, South Philly. It's the ECW arena.
Yep. They haven't announced any matches yet for the show. Obviously, it's because it's still 2 weeks away. But I gotta imagine they're going to have some luminaries, for lack of a better term, showing up on that show. Your
What?
Dudleys,
Some
like
what?
your Dudleys and your Foleys and
Oh, okay.
dignitaries. Maybe that's a better word.
Thank you. I didn't like luminaries. Just sent you that reel. I love
I
you.
saw. But yeah, I'm curious to see that how I want to see how it's going to look in the ECW arena. Are they going to change their set for it? Or are they going to kind of go back to ECW
They
style?
would be smarter enough. They would be smarter to keep it as ECW as humanly possible.
You think so?
I do.
They're going to have to tone it down a little bit just for space.
In my opinion, this is going to be a throwback episode.
Like old school Raw back in the day when they do it at the Manhattan Center.
Exactly. This has got to be a throwback style.
Bully Ray made a point today because they were talking about all this and why AEW doesn't go to smaller buildings. And he said that instead of going to Arthur Ashe for Grand Slam, they ought to do Hammerstein Ballroom.
Oh, that would work.
Because they could easily fill that place.
How big is that place?
I think it seats 4,000 by capacity. So even if,
but again, are they filling it because it's AEW, or are they filling it because of where it is?
Hammerstein, yes,
exactly.
Sean wants to know: does Roxanne lose the title without being pinned? Wait, hang on. That's a tag match, right?
It's a tag match, Sean.
Yeah, so title's not on the line for the tag match.
Not on the line.
I do think Roxanne gets pinned. I think Julia pins her in this tag match.
That's how they're going to get back to Julia versus Roxanne again.
Right.
Was Stephanie in Julia's corner and
Cora and
Roxy's corner.
Mm-hmm. And then who knows? Maybe we'll get a Stephanie heel turn and turn on Julia. How do we get to there?
I hate you.
I said maybe.
You keep giving me all these.
Yeah. Oh, no. She'll lose straight up.
It'll be
Yeah. Speaking of teasing with the good time Minderz, I'm going to throw just a picture up from last night. I want to get your immediate reaction.
No, I texted you. I so texted you when that happened.
Did you hear the fans when they got face to face?
Oh, everybody wants it. Oh, everybody wants it.
I wasn't there, and I had no sense of smell, but I could smell money.
Print it. Print it.
Take my money now, I say.
Yeah.
Jacob Fatu and Braun Breaker. I don't think it happens. I think they'll go face to face at the Rumble. That'll be the first actual physical.
I think that'll be the actual first physical touch. But they're not going.
Yes, Sean, I do think Julia will be the one to beat her. Did we get out of NXT too fast?
Apparently, we did. I think that'll be the first time they touch. I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't think they'll eliminate each other.
I don't either, but I'm not sure if we wouldn't maybe get it at WrestleMania. Maybe.
I don't know.
Maybe.
They're still on opposite shows.
Well, they kind of fixed that. We haven't talked about Raw yet either.
No, we haven't. Well, this was basically purely just to get Jay into the War Games match last night.
I know. But again, I get why they put the title on him. I understand that. But why for only, 6 weeks? 4 weeks?
That belt was merely a prop to get him into War Games.
It really was. Hey, don't call it a prop.
Jake, I'm sorry, I misspoke. I don't. You know how I feel about belts.
Rikishi beating your ass now, do you?
I've already pissed him off once. I don't want to do it again.
Yeah, don't do it again.
But no, Jay got the feel-good moment with the belt, and he got a nice month-long run with it, which isn't. It's longer than a transitional champion would get, but it's back where it belongs. I think Braun needs it more than Jay does.
He does, but I feel like Jay's going to go.
To Zarya now. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Sean's asking, what's Delta going to do with Halloween Havoc? I don't know. I'm going to take a wild guess and say she's going to show up at the end of the main event, or whatever, at the end of the tag match, I should say,
Probably.
and do the old face stare down like they do so well. Can we talk about putting the old foot in the mouth again, Minderz, from all last night?
About what?
Oh,
Dumbass.
Carlito. Tried to be funny. Went over like a fart in church.
Sure did. Hey,
Ugh.
buddy, read the freaking room.
Read the room.
Although, you know what? Okay, speaking of reading the room, and I just kind of want to bypass this because put that picture back up real quick. You can't really see it. I had more fun reading those posters
Oh, yeah.
in the back. I really didn't pay that close of attention to what was being said. I was reading the posters in the back.
It was basically Carlito.
Wahoo was on there. Did you see that Wahoo's name was
I did
in
see
there?
Wahoo. I did see Wahoo. I think Professor Tanaka is on one of them.
Yeah. I was like, oh, the good old days.
Yeah, old Carlito was making the hard sell for Dominic to get a title shot. Pierce slapped him out of the room.
Wait. So when Carlito mentioned that, let's go back to when they were hanging out in the clubhouse. I know it's not really the clubhouse, but when they're all together.
Backstage.
And they said that. When Carlito first said that, did you laugh out loud? Because I did.
I chuckled. I didn't laugh.
Oh, I laughed. I cackled.
Well, you know who laughed?
Adam Pearce.
No, Liv.
Oh yeah, Liv did. Yeah. But no.
Everybody had a good chuckle at old Dom's expense on that one.
And then when Carlito went in there and talked to Adam Pearce had a good cackle out of it.
You know what?
Great.
I felt good for Pierce. Needed a laugh after all that shit going on with Bronson Reed and Seth Rollins last night.
You know what though? I love the fact that they kept that going throughout the entire show.
Yeah. I thought about giving good hoot to that announce table after that tsunami when the thing just
exploded.
I swear, I think the one piece landed on Seth, didn't it?
I'm pretty sure it did. Well,
see, Seth, Sean thinks Carlito's going to get kicked out of the Judgment Day.
Nah. Well,
he might get his ass kicked by Raquel.
he might get his ass kicked out of everything. But
well, he might get a little bit of time off to get some what do they call it? Sensitivity training.
Sensitivity training, which
I'm imagining he'll be told to apologize to EO and Kyrie.
Right. Well. Okay, unpopular opinion. I might be sticking my foot in my mouth. But
need music?
No, we don't need music. I'm just thinking, if this would have happened 20 years ago, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
No, it's a different culture.
I know. What the hell was that?
It's Mario falling.
Okay. But it's just frustrating. I mean,
Wing!
There you go. But
Sean says, "Wonder who the former world champion is that Dom is facing." My first guess is Priest.
That was my first guess. My second guess. Oh wait, it can't be him. He didn't have the world champion. He had the Universal champion.
Who? Oh, Finn. It won't be Finn. What if it's Ray?
Would it be Carlito?
Carlito was never world champion.
He was never world champion. I couldn't remember if he was or not.
U.S. and Intercontinental and tag team.
Okay.
My guess is either going to be Priest or it's going to be Ray.
Probably Priest.
It can't be Ray. Ray's in the three-way match for the tag title.
It's going to be Priest.
It's going to be Priest then.
It's going to be Priest.
If you're adding NWA, you could be Truth.
It won't be Truth.
I know. Oh. How about Truth last night, though?
God, I love Truth. Although, I got a bone to pick. Okay. Are they going after the Miz or are they not?
It sounds like they're going after Miz
We're talking Wyatt 6 here, just so everybody's on the same.
Yeah. And let me say this. I like how they're booking the Wyatts now because I literally forgot about the Wyatts for a few weeks until they showed up last night.
Well, I didn't just because I kept seeing the blips on the.
Well, but I mean, like as far as like a big picture.
Yeah.
But I don't want to see the Wyatts every week.
Oh, I don't
especially
either.
Especially if they don't have something for them to do.
Well, and I don't mind the blips.
No.
Because the blips are just enough to remind you they exist, but they don't have to physically be there.
Yeah. I was a little disappointed when Miz was by himself in the ring when Howdy came up from behind. I was hoping it was going to be Truth. but it was Howdy.
But I don't understand why they went after Ellering.
Ellering pushed Miz out of the way and took it. I'm wondering, is this how they get Ellering off TV?
Could be. Could be.
I love Paul Ellering, but he hasn't really been.
He hasn't been doing a whole lot
lately.
lately. He hasn't been doing a whole lot lately.
He deserves better.
He does. There's a lot of people that really deserve better.
Across all companies.
What did you think of Xavier and Kofi versus the Creed guys? Wasn't it Creed?
The Creed brothers, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Real quick, breaking news. We have another match added for Halloween Havoc. Andre Chase versus Ridge Holland in an ambulance match.
Fine. Whatever.
If Andre loses, he does not get to wear his sweater or his pullover.
Ever again. Again.
You know, it takes a lot of bravado to be in an ambulance match.
It does. It does, jackass.
You get it?
I got it.
Whoops, wrong one. Where'd it go?
Yeah. Do you have it rim shot? Is that what you have it labeled as?
Pretty much. All right. Like I said, it seems like they're getting more and more comfortable with the 2 hours on Raw as it goes forward. And then, of course, as soon as they get it down to a science, they're back to 3 hours on Netflix.
But it's 3 hours on Netflix, but I think it's going to be different. I think it's going to feel different. I don't think it's going to
There's no
see
commercials.
3 hours. Right, because there's no commercials, which right now I feel like half of it, if I was to actually fast forward.
And it's always the same commercials.
I know, but I'm kind of excited. Maybe it doesn't have to always be commercials.
If I never hear Will Ferrell sing everywhere again, it's too soon.
Right.
All right. So that's what we had to look forward to, Minderz. I've been itching to get into this. Actually, oh shoot, are we going to get our buddy involved here? Let me send him a link just to see.
Oh, is our buddy joining us?
I'm gonna see.
See if he can.
So
we'll give him some time. We haven't completely talked about everything on Raw, so I'll give him a minute because we had the main event last night, which was Breaker and Jay, and we didn't really talk about everything that happened because Solo showed up. Yeah,
we basically just talked about the finish with the Bloodline costing. I enjoyed the match. I enjoy when these two have matches. They're
really good matches.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that Breaker has a better spear than Jay any day.
Yeah. Jay, it seems like he's doing Roman spear, but without the oomph.
Trying.
Right. Without the oomph. I said that. But,
trying to do.
Of course, he also wasn't hitting the ropes at 20-some miles an hour.
It's true. He's not running 23 miles.
And he's not built like a brick shit house.
True.
Braun Breaker is a freak. Every time I see him, I just think, what the hell is that guy? What kind of weed is he eating?
I'm not gonna lie. I was excited to see him get the belt back last night.
I was hoping he would because, like I said, he needs the belt more than Jay does at this point.
He does need the belt, and it's not that Braun can't hold a storyline without the belt, but he needs the belt right now. He needs the belt to establish himself as a dominant competitor.
Yes, well, as a viable championship contender. Kind of like how Gunther was.
The question is, who's next?
After Braun?
No, for Braun.
Oh, for Braun. Well, it won't be Jay.
Won't be Jay.
I think Bully or Dreamer said it should be like Rollins would be a good choice to get Braun over. Like go through a big baby face.
But he's busy right now.
He's got Bronson right now, so that won't happen.
He's busy right now. Sammy? Again?
Possibly Sammy. At some point, does Braun switch babyface?
You know, here's the thing. I don't really look at Braun as a heel right now. I really don't.
No, he's getting over. He's getting cheered. And he's got the catchphrase and all that.
He's got his barking. I don't see.
It's just about who he's whooping.
Yeah.
I mean, look at that interaction with him and Jacob last night. He was a babyface there.
Yeah, he was. Although, could this be something to bring up Oba eventually?
Maybe.
I don't
could
think
be
so. That'd be
something
too quick because we want Oba and Trick, so that won't work.
This is where you wish Ilya was still healthy.
I wish Ilya was healthy. Although I still think when Ilya comes back, I think we're getting our Gunther Ilya.
Ilya possibly. I'd take it.
Oh, I would too. In heartbeat. Ooh,
Yeah.
we didn't mention last night though about Liv touching the belt. She's screwed.
Yeah, she
Ain't
jinxed
winning it.
herself.
She jinxed it. She jinxed it. She's not going to win it. But that is a really pretty belt.
Yes.
The more I see it, the more I like it.
What did you say? It's 50 carats?
50 carats. 50 carats. Are we getting our buddy?
I'm checking in.
Okay. He had a rough day, so I'm not sure if he will
Yeah.
or not. And if he doesn't, that's okay as long as he's in the chat. I don't care. That's fine.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Well,
let's see. While we're waiting on that, tomorrow night we've got 0-1 Shootout. We'll be talking
about
the anniversary show. Last Thursday. I'll tell you what, Reb. I cannot wait for you to watch last. Shut up, AJ. Let's not.
I don't think your heart could handle 50 carats doing
I don't think
carats.
so. I don't think so. Last Thursday was a hell of a show. I was actually impressed with their show last Thursday, so I'm ready for you to watch it.
They got the Jet and Edgewood.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait for you to see the standoff between me and the Jet at Edgewood, because that was a lot of fun. The standoff between me and bitch ass at Edgewood, that was a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
We'll be talking about Thursday's show in Edgewood.
Mm-hmm.
And then next week they will be running on the Friday.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll hear about all that business.
And
there.
I think that's going to be an all belts show, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong though.
Okay.
I think they're going to have most of the belts there. So
okay.
And it looks like, well, we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Hey, Friday, Minderz, we're going to be dropping the next Extreme F and Review podcast from the October 1st, 1999 episode of ECW on TNN.
Okay.
And then we got to record a couple more because we got to get.
We're getting behind. We got to get ahead.
No, we're
here.
caught up. Now we just gotta bank a couple. So that tomorrow might be a good short shootout. We might have time to get a couple in.
That's fine, because
unless you want to watch Dynamite.
Screw you. We've got a much better show that's coming up. That's going to be strictly on Patreon.
Yes.
On Thursday.
Well, Thursday we're recording it.
Then we're recording it Thursday. It'll release Saturday. Is that what you said?
I'm planning on dropping it on Saturday, but it is. We're going to be doing our next fantasy draft exclusively on Patreon for the $5 tier members.
And expect a lot of fighting on this one, because I have a feeling we're going to have a lot of fighting.
It's going to get spicy.
It's going to be real spicy. And it doesn't have to be family friendly, so I'm super excited.
No. Spicy.
Should we go ahead?
We might
and
have another beauty moment.
We may. Might have a few. Should we go ahead and just announce what the category is for the fantasy draft?
Let's announce what the category is.
Minderz, myself, and our buddies Barry and AJ, the fantasy draft crew, we're going to be picking from the cream of the crop of bad wrestling gimmicks on this fantasy draft.
Bad wrestling gimmicks. There's some that I'm intentionally avoiding because I have a feeling y'all are going to take them.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a couple that I might make some people mad.
If I know one of our pickers, his first pick is probably going to piss somebody off.
If somebody picks that tag team before he does, he's going to go, there's part of me that wants
I'm not going to, I can't do it to him.
There's part of me that wants to do it.
I can't do it to him.
There's part of me that wants to do it.
I think he's still in the comments. I'm waiting for a comment like, don't you do it.
I was going to say, well, he just commented, so I'm waiting for it. He's like, don't you even do it. Although seeing him go off would be hilarious. And if you want to catch
it's always Barry that we get worked up.
That's because he's usually so calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah.
So if we can get him to pop, it's always or get angry or something, it's always a good time.
For those that don't remember, just a little
Yeah,
walk
play
down
it.
memory.
Play it.
I also have I have not picked a single woman for my roster, given that Sherry got took. Why don't I take two and make up for the deal? I will take the Glamour Girls.
God, you son of a bitch!
The first time I've ever
Literally,
heard
that
that
was
much
my-
rage over the
God,
Glamour Girls.
That
in
was
any kind of
literally my next
conversation.
pick.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All right.
Hang on, let me get the picture up.
And we got problems. Did you see what AJ just put up in the comments? He's
Oh,
coming
boy.
from family dinner, so he'll be a good margarita in.
It'd be a giant margarita.
Yeah.
Are
Are we gonna get our buddy? Did you hear from him?
I haven't heard back from him yet.
Then he probably fell asleep.
He probably did. Okay, well, Minderz, let's get into it. It's going to make the graphic kind of awkward if he's not here, but we're going to...
Nah, it's all right. It'll be
All right.
AJ will pop. It'll be fun.
Yes. So it's we've been doing the watch along, like the one match watch along every month, but since we're starting to, we're going to ease that into the Patreon side of things. And what
made me watch the Fish Market Brawl or whatever the hell that was.
Fish Market Street Fight.
Yeah, that one.
It's Shark Boy and Curry Man.
Jerk.
But you enjoyed it.
Billy,
anyway,
you hit a guy with a fish. Come on.
And then he tried to tongue kiss it.
It was gross.
But no, since we're moving all the watch along stuff to the Patreon, there's a window for a new segment on the JTR every month, and we did some brainstorming with the group, and you came up with the concept, Minderz. Bari came up with the name. I came up with the video. So let's go ahead and throw it up here.
God, I hope he saw that because that's
I
great.
hope so. If not, maybe I'll send it to him. But
we got to send it to him now. We were holding off on it, but it's great.
So yeah, you read that right. It's who's whooping who is the name of this segment. And Minderz, since you came up with it, why don't you run it down? See what the premise is. Oh, there we go. AJ Pop.
I knew he would. So the whole idea behind this is everybody always has their dream matches, right?
Especially Tony.
Okay, but what if we could actually do a dream match where you would take two people from different eras at their peak? Now you take them at their peak.
This is kind of how we did our old fantasy supercard episodes, Minderz.
Right. If you could take two people at their peak and put them together, and who would win? We're going to justify why we would pick either one.
Okay.
So
if
you're familiar, the way I kind of got the idea, I'll go ahead and say where I kind of got the idea from, and that was from Deathmatch on YouTube, or Deathmatch, I think it's called, where they would take like different superheroes and things like that and put them against each other. So it was kind of, but you have to take them at their peak, because
who'd win in a wrestling match, Prince or Michael Jackson, kind of thing.
Right. Or Sting and Undertaker if they were both in their prime. Death battle. There you go. Death battle. But like Sting and Undertaker if they were both at their prime. Who would have actually won? So that's what we're going with. And Reb, who is our first contestant?
All right. So the matchup we chose for this episode is to call it a house fight would be an understatement, Minderz.
It really would be.
We're going with two big boys here. And we're going the Beast from the East, Bam Bam Bigelow, against Big Bronson Reed from Monday Night Raw. With under the watchful eye of Bari. You can see him in the background.
Yep, there he is. Now, here's the thing about this. We don't know if Bronson Reed's actually at his peak right now.
No.
That's the thing, because he's an athlete from now. So we're at the highest peak that
he hasn't even reached his prime yet.
I don't think he has.
No. But so you took the liberty, Minderz, of working up a little tail of the tape for us.
I did do a tail of the tape.
The watchful eye of Bari there.
You should have sent me that. I would have put that on it. But there we go.
Yeah. All right. So there we go. Bam Bam has the height advantage on Bronson. He's got the weight advantage by a good bit. He's 6'4", 390 to Bronson's 6 foot 330.
Right.
I would almost say Bronson's more solid than Bam Bam.
Well, he's more stout.
He's built like a fire hydrant.
Shithouse.
Yeah.
Brick shithouse.
Similar finishers. Well, you got a similar finish. I would have put Greetings from Asbury Park on there. But,
I almost did. I really almost did.
Mm-hmm. But you put Bam Bam's diving headbutt.
Yeah, I felt like they need to be similar.
Okay. But you got Bronson's big splash, the tsunami off the top. You got the diving headbutt from Bam Bam. Also, I don't know if Bam Bam could get Bronson up in that Greetings from Asbury Park, the over-the-shoulder pile driver.
Oh, I think he could.
If anybody could, it'd be Bam Bam.
Well, I mean, he still outweighs Bronson by 60 pounds.
That's true. But Bronson's a load to get up for anybody.
Sorry.
Stop it.
I'm not, and I'm not denying that, but I'm just thinking, yeah. You need to put Bari's face up in the corner. We need to get a little Bari up in the corner where the JTR is at while we do this.
That'll be for next time because I don't have it handy. But,
that's fine.
As far as resume goes, Bam Bam, I did some research here. Bam Bam is a 21-year veteran.
Mm-hmm.
Bronson is in his 11th year, I want to say.
That sounds right. I did some research too, and I'm not gonna lie, I was really disappointed because I went back and was looking at some of the stuff from Bam Bam. I was really disappointed. I didn't realize that the only thing that Bam Bam ever won from WWF was a Slammy.
For what? Say it.
I wasn't going to. I was doing that on purpose. Please. Oh, he won a Slammy for best head. Yeah, I know.
Oh,
yeah, that's what he
won. If that was an ECW Slammy, that'd be very different.
Very different. Very different.
No,
but I was
Bam Bam did have a very impressive head, though.
He did. But I was disappointed.
Bronson is no slouch in the head department.
Are we seriously having this conversation? Okay, gotta breathe. Shut up, Brett. Shut up. I mean,
spicy.
Yeah, something like that. You have to read that. You have to read that because our podcast people don't know what it said.
She says, pretty sure Kimono won the ECW version of that, Sammy. Well, you don't just get given the name Kimono Wanalea. Can we move on, Minderz?
Yeah, just go ahead.
Okay. So, these guys are very similar, but also very different in their styles. Bronson's like a Mack truck, whereas Bigelow's like a brick wall.
Yeah, because those are two different things. Bronson will run you over. Bam Bam will just stop you in your tracks.
Pretty much.
All I can think of when I think Bam Bam is going back to Bam Bam versus Taz and going through the ring.
Yeah, both of these guys have had some pretty epic ring destructions in their time.
Have.
Bronson collapsed the ring a few weeks ago with Strowman. Bam Bam went through the ring, went through the ramp another time with Taz.
Mm-hmm.
One of the big factors, and like we said, Bronson I don't think has even hit his prime yet. Bam Bam is a former world heavyweight champion, and Bronson is not. Because Bam Bam was a former ECW world champion.
Correct.
Also, IWGP tag champ with Vader, if I remember right.
I believe so.
WCW tag champ with the Triad, Page and Canyon. And he's the guy that ended Taz's TV title reign. So he's He's got a pretty steep resume. Now, Bronson, the only belt he's had so far is the North American title in NXT.
So far. Well,
So far.
did he not have anything in New Japan?
No, he won there long. He was in the G1, but he didn't have any championships.
Okay.
They booked him like a friggin' monster, though, in Japan.
They did. Well, they
love their big monster heels.
They love their monster heels.
Especially the foreign monster heels, like your Vaders and your Nortons and your Bam Bams and all that business. But this is a match, if this was possible, I would pay good money to see.
Oh, I would. It's not possible, but I would too. Totally would.
I think we can make it happen on the 2K24.
AJ?
See what happens.
AJ? That's on you, boo.
Is there a way to, like, video the matches off of 2K24? And
we all have phones. I don't know why this can't be a possibility. You don't understand. That's how he used to show us. Because actually, AJ had created me, him, and Bari.
I think he's created me in the last.
Oh yeah, he created you and Stace. I forgot about that. Oh, you forgot. Bronson Reed also was Andre the Giant Battle Royal.
He won the Battle Royal. Okay. He'd have to download a CAW of Bam Bam, but it could be possible.
Very nice. Let's see.
Both members of pretty legendary groups. Bam Bam was in the Triple Threat. Bronson is in TMDK.
Yep.
With Mighty O'Neil. With Sabre Jr. and Robbie Eagles are in there now. Gun to your head, Minderz. Who wins this match?
Bam Bam.
How?
I think he would out wrestle Bronson. I think Bam Bam had enough. In all honesty, I think that moonsault might have taken out Bronson. Couple moonsaults, diving headbutt, and I think we'd go home.
Okay.
Are you gonna disagree with me?
I'm gonna disagree with you. I'm just because it's no fun when we agree.
You're right. It isn't.
So I'm gonna hypothetically say Bronson would win this. More than once, Bam Bam would make mistakes, especially in this first run, WWF. He would go for something high risk and miss.
Right.
I could see something happen where Bam Bam would go for the moonsault and wipe out, take himself out. Then Bronson hit the tsunami and get the win.
But if we're
multiple tsunamis.
If we're talking at his prime, though, wouldn't you say Bam Bam's prime? He had Luna.
Or DiBiase.
Would they cause problems?
Or DiBiase would. Because he was in the corporation. Maybe.
I feel like, though, it would be Bam Bam.
Although, would this be babyface Bam Bam with Oliver Humperdinck?
No.
Babyface ECW Bam Bam? Like World Champion Bam Bam?
I would take that. That would probably be where I would go.
If it's that Bam Bam, I would say Bam Bam would probably win. But Bronson is good enough that he's very good at capitalizing on mistakes.
He is.
Still makes mistakes. I mean, we saw him wipe out on that table last night.
Right.
But if he hits that, Bronson with that tsunami is the same thing as I look at with Yokozuna with the Banzai drop. If he hits it on anybody, it's going to be over. Outside of The Undertaker.
But with Bam Bam, he would need to hit more than one, I think.
Oh, I'm sure he would. He probably hit two. Maybe
hit what?
3.
He hit 6 on Seth?
6 on Rollins, but he was trying to take Rollins out.
I mean, he was trying to take him out, which I understand. Well, how many did Strowman take?
2 or 3, I want to say.
He took one through a
car. One on a car.
I was gonna say, he took one on a car.
What if Bronson tried to say Bronson and Bam Bam wrestle in an ECW event with the ramp? He does a tsunami onto the ramp and they go through it.
I could see that. I could straight up see that. I'm not gonna lie, I could see that.
I could absolutely see that happening. So,
all right, so we're going
to disagree. if I would love to see this match. I mean, I know
Oh, I would
it'll
too.
never happen.
We know it'll
AJ,
never happen.
make that happen post haste if you can on the 2K24.
Please.
But
I'm actually
but no,
surprised
that's.
that Bam Bam isn't somebody you can download.
I thought he'd
But
be one of the downloadables. I'll
I did
agree.
too. Although they might be far enough away that. Okay, here's the thing. There's a lot of people, because there's a lot of the younger wrestlers now that I'm not sure if they even knew who Bam Bam is. Or who he was.
Jonah, I bet knows Bronson because
Oh, I'm sure he does.
all the tape study he would have done on New Japan, he's seen.
He would have to.
There's probably
there's-
a good number of NXT kids that probably don't know Bam Bam Bigelow.
Exactly. Because a lot of those NXT kids, you got to think they're in their early.
They were just
their
babies
20s?
when Jeff Hardy was winning the Intercontinental title off Triple H.
Exactly. I mean, they're looking up to people. The people they're looking up to is like Triple H, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, the Hardys,
Cena,
Orton,
Orton.
and those guys, bless their hearts, bless their pea-picking hearts. But they're not the ones we grew up with. We grew up with most of those.
We grew up with.
I'll go with their fathers for the simple fact that you have Bob Orton.
True.
So we grew up knowing who is old enough to be their fathers.
We grew up with Dusty, not Cody.
Exactly. I'd even say we grew up with Dustin.
Yeah.
But yeah, we grew up with Dusty. We didn't grow up with Cody.
Mm-hmm.
We grew up seeing Cody go from handsome Cody or whatever the hell his name.
Dashing Cody Rhodes.
Dashing Cody Rhodes to Stardust.
To Bullet Club. To
Bullet Club. To then building what he is now.
To suited and booted Cody Rhodes, as I like to call him.
Although I will say, when he was with Legacy, is that right?
Yeah.
Legacy with Randy and Ted
DiBiase Jr. Yeah.
Yep. That's fun, but it's not the people we grew up with.
No, like we grew up with Ric Flair, not with Charlotte.
Exactly. God, you're really showing our age.
I did that when I said that I took a fun saver to wrestling shows.
Well, that's true too. That's very true. But like we grew up with Hacksaw Jim Duggan. We grew up when Hulk Hogan wasn't just a chump.
He was still a chump.
I mean, he was still a chump. But okay, we grew up with Macho Man Randy Savage. We grew up Horseman. Yeah, there is a big one. Bruno Sammartino. We know who Bruno Sammartino.
We know who he is. He was pretty much retired by the time I started watching. But
Dino Bravo.
Tito, Bruno, or Dragon, Andre.
Ricky. Yeah. These are the people we grew up with.
We grew up with the upper echelon of the legends.
Right.
And then we've taken that into what we saw in the 90s and the 2000s and all this.
And don't get me wrong, I know the 90s and 2000s.
We're bordering on yelling at clouds at this point, Minderz.
Oh, I know. But I know the 80s and 90s, like 90s and 2000s. It was still good, but it wasn't what we did. No. It wasn't what we knew.
No.
But I will definitely agree. I think Bam Bam, you think Bronson. So there we go.
If they don't squash the referee and get a no contest.
Well, that's true too. It could all be a no DQ or all DQ.
Yeah. Yes.
Wait, who's the ref? Wait, let's have some more fun. Who's the ref? Hebner?
It could be Hebner. If it's an ECW, it could be Pee Wee. Yep. You really enjoyed that one, didn't you?
I really did.
Can I throw one at you?
Yes.
Fonzie. Bring the whole Denny.
Wait. Bronson Reed versus Bam Bam Bigelow with special guest referee Taz.
Taz would just suplex them both. If you're going special referee, you got to go Foley with the spray painted referee shirt.
That's true.
But I still like the idea of Pee Wee more because
Pee Wee would be hilarious. That would be hilarious.
Or you know what? I'll throw Mark Curtis in there. Brian Hildebrand.
Oh, there you go.
He's a little guy, but he ain't afraid to get in somebody's face.
Nah, he ain't afraid.
afraid to kick a motherfucker either if they're running the ring. All right. Well, Minderz, I have enjoyed this segment, and I can't wait to do it again.
I have too, so we have a month to figure out who our
We
next
have
one is.
Yes. If anybody in the comments or in the chat, if you have any ideas, throw them up on our Facebook or on our Twitter.
We'll try
Or-
to get to them as we
Yeah.
go.
No, there are no bad ideas. But just-
Nope. Well, depends.
there are bad
might-
ideas, but sometimes those make the most money.
That's true too.
Yes.
That's true.
All right. Well, Minderz, what do you say we get out of here? It's 8:30. Tomorrow we got a shootout and probably one or two ECW ones to record, so we're gonna be busy. We got to get ready for our fantasy draft Thursday.
I gotta
So-
finish getting ready for my fantasy draft Thursday.
So do I. I gotta prioritize who's.
I have a
going
list
where.
of 4 so far. That's it. I'm at 4.
Wow. I don't want
I'm
to show
at
you my list because it's gonna make you
4.
feel bad.
Oh no, I'm sure your list is really long, but I'm having to go back because there's ones that I'm picking and I'm like, yeah, no, nobody's gonna think of these. They're not gonna think they're dumb enough. And
I had to get clarification on if we agreed Brother Love was a bad gimmick.
yeah, I know. And what was my response? Do you remember?
Yep.
He makes me cringe every time I come out. So yeah, or every time he came out. So yeah, that's fine.
So you don't love it.
No, I don't. No.
I can feel the wife staring daggers at me from the other side of my back.
Oh, I hope she is because
She just groaned.
I'm sure.
She is not a fan of Brother Love.
Well,
Did you hear that?
wait. What'd she say?
Not at all, she says.
Hey, AJ put up something. He says, yeah, I'm going to need a short Legacy tag team run with the old Legacy logo, t-shirts, and music before Orton turns on Cody.
Well, I'll say they can't get DiBiase back because
He's
probably doing time somewhere.
I was going to say, he's actually doing time as opposed to what Dom did. So,
All right. Well, Minderz, let's get out of here. Thanks, everybody, for joining us. Thanks to Jordan Perry for joining us today.
yes.
He's
thank
always
you,
a lot of
Jordan.
fun. We'll have him back on real soon. Don't forget,
I
join us
don't
for
think
the
we'll have
01.
him back on real soon. I think we'll have somebody else.
We'll
I
have
think
some
we'll
other
another-
glory folks coming back
Yeah.
until we get that roundtable Patreon thing worked out.
I can't wait. I hope
we
we
gotta-
can get that worked
We
out.
got to do it. We got to figure out. Maybe we can do it at a glory show or something when some of those guys are there.
Yeah, we'll see. Sometimes I think this is easier just because everybody can hear everybody.
True. I think we only have like room for 6 though, so we'd have to have 4 people.
So 4 people. I'm down with 4.
Yeah. Okay.
Have Jordan pick out the 4 he traveled with the most, and God, does that mean I'm probably gonna deal with Joe?
Tony?
Okay. Tony and Joe.
But you'll probably get KC though.
I will get. I'm hoping for Casey.
Super vet.
Super vet.
All
All right.
right.
Let's get
Well-
out of here. We're rambling.
We are rambling. All right. See you guys.
Wait, next week. What do you say? Who's on next week?
Oh, next week we are going to be joined by the folks from Mad Bash Studios on Patreon and various podcasts. I'm not
Dickie
sure.
Wabash.
Dickie Wabash for sure. I don't know if we're going to get
We're just
another
getting
guest.
Dickie.
We're just getting Dickie?
Dickie.
Okay.
Ooh. Maybe. We might get another guest.
So stay tuned for that. We're definitely getting Dickie Wabash.
We're
possibly
definitely getting Dickie
possibly a
Wabash.
second.
Possibly.
All
Remind
right.
me, I need to talk to you about that.
Okay. All right. So until next time for Minderz, this is Reb. Mind y'all, life is hard. Work stiff. We'll see you guys next time.
Thanks, guys.